Hey, how's it going, guys? It has been a hot minute since I've done any sort of back testing for any extent. I've just been live on markets, and it's really been it, catching a few trades here and there. Nothing too crazy, but if you don't remember our last back test, we grew, I believe we started with a 100K count. I can actually go back and double check that. We started with a, I wonder if it'll even tell me. Okay, I don't know what we started with. I want to say 150K for 1 year, and we grew it to, what was it, 15 million? Yep. So very good back test. It'll show you what your system is capable of, and I've made a lot of changes as time has gone on. And today, I'm just gonna do one of the most realistic back tests, and just taking anything and everything, really. We're doing slightly less than a year. We're doing from 2025 to NQ live to what price is at now. So whatever that is, we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to go with our basic presets, nothing crazy. And we're just going to roll with it. We're going to see what happens. So if we look at the monthly, just delivering weekly, starting to fall down a little bit. We're not too worried about it. All I'm counting on is the fact that we're going to recover and continue pushing higher. And then on the hourly, yeah, there's not much here for us. On the 4 hour, we broke down, kind of accumulated, but then we broke back down. So at this point, I'm going to wait for some sort of accumulation on the 4 hour, probably somewhere over this high to continue looking. Okay, and we do get that. So we get reconfirmation to get re-involved in the market. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Once again, going back up to the monthly. We're going to continue this push, hopefully. That's my anticipation. We look at the 4 hour. We broke down, we underwent some sort of weird choppiness, money came back in. That's all we're caring about. On the hourly, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1. So at this point, I'm just going to wait for the market to come back down to me. And we're going to only trade electronic trading hours. So that's on me. No, regular, my bad. We only want to trade New York sesh. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we had this giant break up, coming back down. This is going to be our next target on the 4 hour, but on the hourly, we have accumulation momentum 1 going for 2, which is beautiful. On the 20, effectively accumulation over this high and some entry somewhere within here. So at this point, I could step down to a 5 minute, see if we build up high. It looks like we're coming into market close, and chances are we're just going to gap up. Ready? Not market close yet. Okay, market reopen. So seeing where we're at in this market, accumulation, momentum break 1, and momentum break 2. On the 20, undergoing accumulation, if you want to look at this as accumulation, and then this as momentum break 1, that's also valid. Whichever way you want to look at it, both are valid. We're getting sideways and we just fall down. So nothing really set up here. We're going to wait for some sort of new accumulation to come in, probably somewhere around here, and then entry somewhere around here, assuming we're still holding on the hourly, which we are, barely, but we're chopping a little bit. So likely start of distribution. I could see this continuing further down, but the monthly is doing well. Let me look at the weekly. Yeah, I mean, we could continue building from here. If we get a nice build up on the 5 minute up here, build all the way up to here and then sideways, and we just fall off. So at this point, accumulation would have to be somewhere even higher. There we go. So I'd say somewhere around here at the latest for accumulation. So we get some nice baselining and we fall off. Wait for a real nice build up and we fall off all the way. So chances are we're just full on distribution at this point, especially on the hourly. Yep, we broke down on the hourly. If we look at the 4 hour, chances are we're going to continue falling. But if we can get some sort of accumulation within this area and we sideways, I'm in. Okay, we're getting that. Once again, gonna step up to weekly. It's fallen for sure. On the daily, not much to look at here. Accumulation. And then, here, let me delete all this. On the hourly, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, break back down, going in for accumulation. So perhaps we get something. This is accumulation. This is an interesting one. For sure. Because you could also consider this hourly accumulation, and you could start getting setups right now, actually. But we just fall off, so nothing happens here. Start undergoing some sort of accumulation. I'd select this high. And then on the 20, undergoing accumulation as well. So if we get a nice build up, give me that sideways. Let me take a step way higher. We're just chopping at this point, guys. If we look at the monthly, yeah, there's money. Weekly, meh. Daily, I mean, we broke down, haven't really broken back up. And then on the 4 hour, we did break back up, and this is our target. And we're just under the MAs. There's potential here. On the hourly, we broke back down. This would be like your lowest point of entry per se. Chances are it's going to be a beautiful loss here. Like I said, I'm going to take anything and everything and see what happens. Hourly accumulation, break back down, undergoing accumulation right now. On the 20-minute, we are undergoing accumulation as well. And on the 5-minute, I'd take a setup right here and take one very nice loss. And I'd take it on the 1 minute. Put my low right below there. And then see if we get tapped in going forward. We do. So immediate move to BE. Remember, on live hours, put it just slightly below, but I don't want these two to overlap. And take a BE. Well, a minus 200 bucks. That's okay. Potentially wait for a rebuild back up and probably market open. Yeah. So at this point, I'm done looking at this market. If we're looking at the 4 hour, we did accumulate and we're just falling off at this point. Looking at the weekly, nothing. I'm just going to wait for money to want to come into this market at this point. And probably looking at the 4 hour. The 4 hours is going to be a very good in between very high time frame and very low time frame. So I think this makes for the best time frame to look at. Just waiting for any sort of 4 hour bullish breaks up, and we'll follow those through. Okay, and we do get that. We look at the weekly. Money is coming back in. On the daily, money certainly is coming back in. 4 hour, money came back in. We're back in for longs. And if we look at this accumulation, here, I'm going to delete this accumulation. Right here on the hourly, I'd consider all this accumulation and then momentum break 1. But I feel like we didn't retrace enough. So I'm going to wait for this to come down deeper. Accumulation, maybe momentum break 1. And then going for 2, perhaps. On the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, momentum 1, 2, broke back down, accumulation, momentum 1. So if we get a nice build up here and then sideways, potentially build up. Okay, we're getting something. So I'm going to take a step right back up and break it all down for you guys, okay? So on the monthly, we are delivering bullish. On the weekly, fractal reaccumulation to some extent. And then we'll look at the daily. Kind of falling back down, but starting to put in that money. So I'm okay with that. On the 4 hour, accumulation. That's really it there. Hourly, accumulation, momentum 1. 2, somewhere along here. It's a hard one. Maybe if I look at a 45-minute. Accumulation, momentum 1, going for 2, but we fall back down, going for 1. So this is just one of those really interesting ones where there's no right answer. You can look at 5 different time frames and get different analysis, but they're all going to be off by maybe a counter of 1 per se. So accumulation, momentum 1, likely going for momentum 2. If we look at the 20-minute, we're undergoing break back down. We're undergoing accumulation, momentum break 1, perhaps. On this very moment, money pushed up very strong, came down, sidewaysing, baselining. I'm willing to take a loss here. And expect me to take a lot of losses this back test. There's going to be no filter. If something looks like something remotely that I would take, well, I'm going to be in on it and take my beautiful losses. Full BE. Okay, and that saved us. At this point, we're still valid for another long. If we build up strong and then give me some sideways, and we just fall off. So 2 BEs so far, guys. I'm a horrible trader. Okay. So on this hourly, we had accumulation, momentum break 1, going for 2. Hopefully we break back down below this low, and we do, but then we break back up. So at this point, accumulation, right, of this specific phase in the market. And look at the 4-hour. 4-hour accumulation, momentum break 1. Falls perfectly in line. So at this point, we're just going to have to let the market go. There's nothing for me to do, unfortunately. Finally, accumulation, momentum break 1. Lining up right now. Market closes coming up, so unfortunately, probably going to have to stay out of this guy. Okay, and we just gap up. Unfortunately. It is what it is. Sometimes you can't catch them all. And I'm only going to be trading strictly from 9:30 EST, which is just standard New York, to market close. Okay, and we come right back down again. So if we look at the 4-hour, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1. On the weekly, so on the hourly, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, likely going for momentum break 2 if we hold this. Yeah, maybe. And then on the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2. So on the 5-minute, potentially we get a really strong push up and then sideways. This isn't enough for me. Oh, okay. Strong push up, sideways, potentially. Let me take another look. Accumulation, momentum 1, going for 2. This is perfect. And then on the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, momentum 1, going for 2. So they line up with the hourly. Or, yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Build up, sideways. This could be a potential long right here. Probably a low somewhere around there. I'm honestly just expecting a immediate takedown, like a quick loss, and there you go. And then we get a new setup, not taken. Okay, so we take 2 break-evens and a loss already. Wow, that was quick. And this will help you guys see what it looks like for me to try to pass evaluations, right? Like at this point, I'm still in a live evaluation and okay risking 1% per trade, which sounds absurd. But for me, that's what works, and that's what I like. It just means you're going to be taking a few more evaluations than everyone else. So at this point, if we get a very nice strong push up, sideways, I'd take one more trade here. See if anything lines up. Okay, one more candle, and I'd probably select this low. See if anything taps us in, and it does. So I'm going to go back to this candle. And then that was our low, whatever low that created. So I'll just move it up. And I'm going to do a top down again, just to show you guys what I'm looking at and to evaluate if this is valid for me. Weekly, very good. Daily, very good. Nothing to look at there. I'm only looking at how money is moving. 4-hour accumulation, momentum break 1. It seems like we're going to continue this trend upward. On the hourly, we underwent one phase, broke back down, accumulation, momentum 1, going for momentum 2, sustaining the lows, which is perfect. Just wicking under them, so it's buying up or absorbing positions per se. And then 20-minute accumulation, momentum break 1, momentum break 2. Or if you want to look at this internally, accumulation just at this point. So we're just within pushing the boundaries, or if you want to select this high. Both of them work well, and they're both valid. Okay, it looks like we're still recording. My screen is just frozen. So let me. Okay, so hopefully we're good now. I accidentally kicked a cable that was connected to my computer, so it shut everything down very quickly. All right. So on the hourly, yep, accumulation momentum 1, 2. And sorry I'm taking my time with these back tests. It's just I personally do this more for myself and for my people than I do for like viewership. I don't really care if people view these videos. They're more personal. 20-minute accumulation momentum 1, going for 2. And we're starting to build up very nicely. I think we're starting to push the limits of internal momentum breaks per se, but that's okay. And then on the 5-minute, we push up sideways. It is 12.25. I'd take one trade here, take a very quick loss, immediate move to BE, because if it's going to sustain strength, it's going to go. Okay, we're going to look to manage. I forgot what I was managing. I believe it was 50% at 1 to 3. Nothing to manage to yet, waiting for our 1 to 3, and we get that. So 50% here. Okay, let's see if we come back up so I can take off that 50. And then go up to 20 and just manage the remaining on the 20. Now, if I look at here, and we're looking at internal momentum breaks, accumulation momentum break 1, we're actually getting a new setup right now. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, and then on the 20, we're getting effectively nothing really flushed down, so we're still accumulation momentum 1, if you want to look at it that way. So if we get a strong push up and then a little bit of sideways here on the 5-minute, I'm all in. Not strong enough. Okay. Strong. Sideways. Oh, come on now. There's no way. Guys. Okay. So I remember I took off 50% at, we're just going to redo this entire play. 50% at 1 to 3.3, I believe it was. Something like that. It was below this low. Okay, so take off our 50. And then the rest, we're just going to leave open. We do end up just gapping up. And then I'm going to do the remaining 20%. I'm going to look at the other price action to see. Yeah, this is actually a very good place to put it. And just see on the 20-minute what happens. I'll move it just slightly lower to allow for volatility and whatnot as market opens. And we continue pushing. So managing hella aggressively at this point, because if we look at the hourly, we are just, this thing might deliver and it has still plenty of room to deliver, but I'm not willing to take the risk. At this point, I'm just going to move it down just a little bit because this amount of risk is not worth another potential very strong push. Okay. And so we ended up, it was 21. So take half of that plus the half of whatever the initial partial was, plus that pretty much. And notice, guys, we had just lost, what was it, 3 positions back to back, break evens and losses. And the next one took us to 33 grand. Like what? 10% in one trade. Oh, and I didn't even check if there was another position. I did actually. It just gapped up. So your entry, ideally, if we would have baselined just a little further and tighter, this would have been your entry right here. But it is what it is. Okay. I'm just going to delete this and this. Accumulation momentum break 1, 2, going for 3. Beautiful, lining up for another entry here. And then on the 20-minute, if you want to consider accumulation 1, 2, 3, breaking down. Hopefully we break this low so we get a recount on the 20, and we do. And now we're just waiting for a rebuild back up on the 20, which we're actually getting right now. Wonderful. Accumulation, momentum 1, 2, going for 3. And then on the 20-minute, we just underwent, let Let me see here. Yeah. I want to go take a peek at the 4 hour though. Yeah, I mean, this thing, we're going to continue this delivery here for a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, so if we step down to the 5 minute, get a little sideways, one more candle. Kind of where we are 15 minutes before red news. Okay, red news has played out, and in some fashion, we've built up and gone sideways to some extent. Right, accumulation 1, 2, going for 3 on the 20 minute. We're undergoing accumulation at this very moment, and then on the 5 minute, accumulated to some extent, built up, and now we're going sideways. Given that it's right after red news, like this is a dangerous thing to do. But you guys know me. Y'all know me too well. Chances are we're gonna take the quickest loss ever, but these tend to run, and they run like crazy when you hit them right. Oh, I just got so lucky there. Okay, let's see where our next low would be at. Probably below these. Same place, pretty much. What time is it? Yeah, this isn't half bad. Take another entry and take a very quick loss. Full BE right at this point. And notice how I'm so conservative with my money. And what just happened? We built up and we're going sideways again. What am I looking at? Oh, this guy right here. Now I'm going to step down lower to see if I can find a new low, which would be this guy. And then just so we can get tapped in. Okay. Once again, I don't know how any of these are going to play out. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, going for 3. And then on the 20 minute, we're undergoing accumulation at this very point. Probably one of the last points of entry. And then building up on the 5 minute. Yeah. If anything, I'd tighten this up just a bit. I can do something like that. Okay, let's take a loss. And there you go, that quick. Okay, and I'm kind of done looking at this point. I don't have a rule for how many losses I can take in an area. I mean, there you have your second entry. Break even, nothing cool, and potentially another entry, probably a loss there. I would have to take a step back after taking probably, I don't know how many losses and break evens, but ideally I wouldn't want to take more than 3 losses in one area. Okay. Gonna wait for market reopen. Actually, I could catch another entry in here. If we push up, sidewaysing. Okay. I'd set up a long right over these highs. Probably half. Get that in there. I'm gonna take a very high level look at this market again. Yeah, and notice how that simple rule of waiting for 4 hour accumulation and then we can start getting involved makes a giant difference in my system. Otherwise, well, I would have been trading longs in here and longs in here, just trying to find or the next move or the next opportunity, right? Yeah, on this 20 minute, we're still building up. I could see us gapping up. Build up sideways. Get tapped in. I'm not liking this anymore, so I could tighten it up to half and full BE right around this point. Take a minor loss, and then right at this point, we're getting a re-entry. What time is it? 3:30. Market closes at 1700. I believe. Building back up, and that's your entry. I don't expect it to run, actually. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, going for 3, and then on the 20 minute, undergoing accumulation right now, just at last points of entry. I did not expect that one to run out of all of them, but yeah, that was a valid entry. Just under the low. Step up to the 5 minute, full BE at that point. And then hopefully we do end up running something. Okay, that's not cool. Spreads are never that crazy. Let's see if it's a small partial at least of that. And then we do take a BE. So I'll just take my small partial and call it good. Partial was somewhere around there. So take off 50 here, and then the rest is just BE. Okay, hopefully that took me out at BE. I don't know. I don't think we made a whole lot of money from that. That's okay. Okay, so on the 20 minute, at this point, we're just delivering. Gonna wait for this market to come right back down to me, like so, and then re-entry. Ready? Accumulation, momentum 1, 2, going for 3. On the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. So if we sustain, we build up right now, and then with sideways, I'm in. But I need to see strength behind that build up. Like this. Notice how it effectively shifted the market dynamic. Take a BE, wait for more strength to come in, and I'm done. Probably on the 20 minute as well. So at this point, we're still holding the hourly, but on the 20 minute, we're starting to fail. So I'd be waiting for accumulation, likely right around this point. Falling back down. Accumulation right around here. So if I get a very strong push on the 5 minute build up, not strong enough. I want to see more strength come in on the right hand side of price. Build up. Give me that sideways. And what the hell was that? All right. Well, we look at the 4 hour. We had built up beautifully. Accumulation moment to break 1, 2, and then we just kind of fell off. At this point, maybe wait for hourly accumulation, but we're so far down that this would be your only point of interest for longs here. Lo and behold, you actually get somewhat of a delivery. I don't know if this is valid for us, if there's a valid entry here, but we undergo accumulation and then moment to break 1. I don't think we have an entry here. This is your only entry. Or this one, this is a BE. And then, yeah, the market just kind of goes. Hourly accumulation. Really no entry. Potentially a momentum break 1 here. I don't know if there's an entry here for us. We build up and we go sideways. This particular candle, I don't know if it stops us out. I just want to be super honest with you guys, and it doesn't. You get this high right here, you get buy stopped in, and the rest is history. That giant wick we saw is this price right here. So if anything, we're going to take a big step back and just take it step by step. I'll walk you guys through what I see. On the weekly, we're starting to get a little bearish here. I'm not liking that so much. On the monthly, we're still delivering. But the weekly, man, the weekly, I don't know, something about this market just doesn't line up too well. Monthly is good. Daily, we did undergo accumulation. Come on. Accumulation going for momentum break 1, holding this low. So we're still valid there. On the 4 hour, we did break up, kind of break down, probably somewhere around this point. On the hourly, we're undergoing accumulation to continue that 4-hour push higher. And on the 20-minute, undergoing accumulation right now. On the 20-minute, still undergoing accumulation. So if we get a really strong push up, I'd say even stronger than this. Sideways, potential long right here. Okay. Yeah, I'd take one entry here. Oh, that's a perfect low, actually. Immediate move to BE after the next candle. There we go. This one just didn't show any amount of strength, really. Take a BE there. Nothing new. Take a new re-entry. Take a BE, if anything. And then on the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation going from momentum break 1. On the 4-hour, what are we having here? We're still within this breakdown, likely to continue higher, I'd hope. So I'm kind of looking at a situation like this. Especially aligned with the monthly. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to look at this price action and be like, wow, you're trading that, aren't you? And personally, it looks crazy for me to look at this. And I bet for you guys as well. But once you actually understand the narrative that it's telling you, it's a clear story. On the 4-hour, we had plenty of money come in, support the move. We broke down once. On the hourly, we're settling that down lower to continue this move. On the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation going from 1 to break 1. And then on the 20-minute, or on the 5-minute build up, sideways, maybe an entry here. Probably not. And then at this point, just let the 20-minute deliver. Maybe we get a re-entry somewhere around here. Getting something. One more down candle. There we go. Okay. So on the hourly, we underwent accumulation to some extent. Going for a moment to break 1. So build up here on the 5-minute and I'm in. Sideways. Perfect. Something like that. Chances are we're going to take a couple losses here, but I'm totally cool with that. Full BE. We're just under the swing low. And then 1 to 3. Somewhere around here, 50%. Hopefully we sustain. Gonna see if we're getting any new entries, and we're really not. So we're just in delivery phase at this point. 50% managing. I could have managed a little tighter, but that's okay. Take off 50% at 3.7, and then manage the rest on the 20. Which actually on the 20, we might be getting a re-entry here. Accumulation. No, we're not. I lied. Oh, we're managing on the 20. I'm going to manage the remaining. Actually, no, I'm not. Oh, now I am. Probably do around here. Yeah, no re-entry for us. And we get taken out. Nothing too crazy going on here. And notice it's been a whole month and we've gotten maybe a total of 5 trades. 2 of which were kind of successful, 3 of which. And it's been a whole month and that's it. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, so we actually ended up delivering on this guy. Hourly accumulation going from momentum break 1, momentum break 2 at this point. And then on the 20-minute accumulation, momentum 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we break back down. I want to see this guy break down. And we do. And now we're undergoing fractal, well, not even fractal at this point, full accumulation stage on the 20. So if we get a nice strong buildup, give me that sideways, and we fall off, wait for more strong buildup. Not strong enough. No. Build up strong, sideways, potential entry right here. Maybe. I'm gonna have to take a look at. Monthly, good. Weekly, still holding. Barely. Oh, 4 hour. On 4 hour, we broke back down, but effectively this is our only target. That's all I'm looking at. And then on the hourly accumulation, momentum 1 going for 2. On the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation 1, 2, 3, break back down so we can delete these lines. 1, 2, 3, break back down. Actually, on the 20 minute, we're now pursuing this high. And on the 5 minute, we built up and we're going sideways. So I jumped down to 1 minute and look for our next low, which is somewhere around there. So if we get an entry here, still holding, get tapped in, and a loss, very quick loss. At this point, just give the market time, built up, and we fell back down. And on the hourly, we're kind of holding the entire move up from this point right here, this low. And we're still supporting. So if we get a new accumulation to come in on the, let me make sure I have notifications off, yeah. So this would be accumulation at this point. Build up sideways. This is an interesting one. Okay, and we fall back down, so no entry. Build up. Unfortunately, we are too far gone past accumulation, which was at this point. So we just have to let the market go. And then accumulation momentum break 1 on the 20. So notice what happens if you try to pursue these runners. Well, it's gonna come back down, get you taken out, and that's where my entry is at. Accumulation momentum 1, 2. Still barely sustaining on the 20 minute accumulation momentum break 1. On the 5 minute, if we get a nice strong push up here. And we're just waking around everywhere. So nothing here for us. We did end up delivering accumulation momentum break 1. I'm gonna pretend I don't see those. Interesting. On the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation momentum break 1, targeting 2. So we get a nice entry under this line. Build up a little stronger. Yeah, if we build up strong, give me a little sideways here. Maybe. Hourly accumulation 1, 2, going for 3. On the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation momentum 1, going for 2, or 1. Effectively, this has 2. Yeah. And on the 5 minute, trying to see if we support the move. Take a very quick loss here. I'm totally cool with that. Given that we have a little bit of a buffer now, capital buffer. Take a very quick loss. Just kidding. Take a break even. Cool. But we pushed up and we're starting to go sideways again. More bullishness come in. Okay, we're getting our sideways. What time is it? This is a very dangerous entry. Like, this is asking to get chopped out. Building up. We're in our sideways. See if we deliver. We do. I don't want to take endless break evens. One more low, probably somewhere around here. Beauty. And that's how I've been getting very, very high RR, is I just tighten my SL. It's going to take a lot more contracts. But I'm totally cool with that. Full BE. I don't know if we actually full on deliver here. I know we do a little bit. Okay, gonna like to manage 1 to 3. 50%, 50%, probably 50%. Oh, hello there. I'll just do at the next available candle. And then make sure we're at full BE. Okay, cool. Wow, we didn't make a whole lot of money from that trade either. There was that one trade that ran like 10 RR that made us 10%. So that was quite nice, but. Okay. It's getting a little crazy here. Alrighty. So we're going to do just a full top down at this point, just to see where we're at in this market. It seems like we're starting to fail on the weekly, which I don't like very well. On the daily, we did have money coming in. So my only, I have a very optimistic view on this market that it will continue moving. Not guaranteed, but once again, we're on the daily. We're kind of far from that. So 4 hour, we accumulated, and then we broke down once, and we're going for this high, is my analysis. Hourly accumulation momentum 1, 2, going for 3. 1, 2, 3. Going for 4. So honestly, a breakdown and then a rebuild back up, which was very wrong. Let me redo this. Accumulation, maybe skip this one. Accumulation momentum 1, going for 2. Perhaps. I think I had a 20 in there that was messing up our count. Chances are we didn't have an entry in here. If we look at the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation going for momentum break 1. So beautiful entry. Yeah, we didn't have much in here. We built up. Nothing really looked good here. On the 20-minute, I'm just going to wait for a breakdown at this point. Just let it deliver. The market's going to do what it wants to do. Accumulation, momentum 1, 2, 3, perhaps. I see that. And then on the 20-minute, we underwent effectively some sort of accumulation, momentum 1, going for 2 at this high. So if we build back up and we sustain this low right here, and we don't. So we fall right back down. Probably going to break down on the hourly accumulation, momentum 1, 1, 2, going for 3, and we just fall down. So at this point, I'm kind of done looking at this market. If we look at the 4 hour, we underwent some sort of accumulation, break up, accumulation, momentum 1, 2, going for 3, break back down. Anticipation was this high, but at this point, four-hour underwent accumulation. This would be our next 4-hour target. On the hourly, we're undergoing some sort of accumulation, so likely build up to some extent. And there you have it. Now, I wanted to play it forward to review something here on the, what was it, 4-hour? Yeah, on the 4-hour. So I'm going to delete everything. Actually, I won't delete anything quite yet because I might want to take a step lower into this price right here. But yeah, effectively, we had a giant breakdown on the 4-hour right here. And now this was our target, which I had painted up here. This one up here. On the hourly, we had broken down. Accumulation was likely somewhere around here. So what we'll do is we'll take a peep down here and see what's in it for us. Weekly, I mean, we're just in full distribution at this point, almost. Daily, break up, and we're just kind of hopefully building back up. On the 4 hour, we underwent accumulation, broke back down, targeting this high and or this high. No, we broke down, so yeah, we could be still targeting this high. I do like that high. Okay. I'm just thinking this through. On the hourly, we had multiple breaks up, so proof of money. Giant break back down, but reaccumulating. 20-minute accumulation, going for momentum break 1. Yeah. So if we get a strong push up, one more, and then sideways right now. Maybe. To a lot of people, this is a crazy entry to even consider taking. Like, what is this, right? Why would you trade here? But what this market is telling me is boom, 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 something like that. On the hourly, we're accumulating. On the 20, accumulation momentum break 1. And then on the 5-minute, I'd take one loss here. And chances are we are going to take a loss here. Just looking at price and everything. I'd be looking probably at this point and then wait for the next low to be created. So if I can skip forward by 1 second to see where the next candle will open up at, that's tight. So if anything, I might want to do, wait for us to come down lower, which is kind of crazy to look at. There we go. So we get a new low here, and then that would be our entry, wherever this low ends. See if we can set something up here for us. Okay, on the hourly, undergoing accumulation below that hourly accumulation. On the 20-minute accumulation, going for momentum break 1, just at the high. So that's kind of pushing our boundaries here a little bit. On the 5-minute, chances are we're going to take a beautiful loss right here, but I'm cool with that. And we don't. What a surprise. Gonna manage to 1 to 3, probably around this low. Yeah. Still at 1 to 3. Okay, take off 50. And then manage the rest on the 20. Chances are we might be getting a re-entry here. We underwent accumulation. If we could push down a little bit further, I'm so in for another entry. And we do push down deeper, which is wonderful. Because we undergo accumulation going for momentum break 1. And on the 20-minute, momentum or accumulation, momentum 1, effectively momentum 2 at this point. So any new build-up, a little stronger, and then baseline. Build up strong. Give me a little baseline right here. Beautiful. It's a little little crazy of an entry here. But at this point, I would consider some sort of entry right over these highs, something like that. Probably take a beautiful loss here. Ooh, I got so lucky there. Oh, and we're actually getting a reset up right now. Same low. Get tapped in, full BE. So that's how you pyramid into a position. I don't know if we get stopped out or not. We do. Do we? Yeah, we do. Okay. And then on the 20, we're still managing the remaining amount. So if we look at the hourly accumulation, go for momentum break 1. On the 20 accumulation, momentum break 1, 2. So on the 5-minute, if we get just a little bit stronger of a push up, remember this is still at BE. If we get a little bit stronger of a push up, give me a little sideways. Nope. Push up, sideways. It's your entry. Take a BE. And take a BE on that one as well. Wow, was not expecting that. Okay. Once again, just gonna break it down. Accumulation going for momentum break 1 here on the hourly. So if we can get a little bullish push up here. On the 4 hour, we did break down and we're kind of targeting this high. So if we can get something like this, I would be totally cool with that. On the 4 hour, we did break down, Kind of targeting this high at this point. On the 20. Accumulation momentum break 1. Yeah, so if we get even right now. One more sideways small. Yeah. So I'm kind of waiting at this point, right at this candle, for a new low to be generated, which it seems somewhere within here we actually do. Which I do like these lows, actually. It's not bad. It's a little bit bigger of an entry than, as you guys have seen the last few trades. But yeah, this low right here, set up your entry, get tapped in. I'll even tighten it just a little bit. Okay, and move to full BE at that point. So that was on me, right on this candle. Thought we were going to deliver. That's okay. Wait for another buildup. Give me a little sideways right around now. And it's too late. If we come back down, however, accumulation momentum break 1. If we come back down to this area, maybe. Accumulation momentum break 1, going for 2. And then on the 20-minute accumulation momentum break 1, going for 2. Yeah, I could see something here. A little bit of sideways, build back up, sideways, potential entry right over this high. And no longer. So another build up, sideways. That's your entry. Take a BE. If anything. At this point on the hourly, I don't know if we got a re-entry off that wick. Not really, no. At this point, just let the market deliver. Accumulation momentum break 1, maybe 2, going for 3. Maybe. Okay, yeah, and that's our third. And then on the 20, let's see what we had here. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, going for 3 as well. Yeah, so if on the 5-minute we had a strong push up and a pause, which we didn't. So unfortunately, there's just nothing here for us. Fall back down and yeah, just deliver at this point. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, 3. At this point, collapse. Beautiful. And then undergoing accumulation again at this point. Wonderful. And it lines up perfectly with the 4-hour. If we can get over those MAs just a little bit, that's going to be perfect for me. On the 20, I'm going to wait for accumulation probably right over this high. And we're falling off. Maybe accumulation. This is very tight, so no. I'd move it just a little higher. And on the hourly accumulation right over this high. 4-hour. We're just in this ranging condition right now. Which sucks, but... Oh, and we gap up. On the hourly, we did undergo accumulation. Just let the market go. Accumulation going for momentum break 1. There we go. I was waiting for more sideways at that point. And then on the 20, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. So if we get a very strong push up on this guy, and give me a stronger push up, a little sideways, kind of. This isn't my ideal entry, so chances are I probably wouldn't have taken it. But rebuilds back up, and we just fall off. We can rebuild back up. Yeah, this is an interesting market. We've been going on at this for 20 days with this same bias of wanting to see this deliver. And then on the hourly, we underwent accumulation momentum break 1. On the 20-minute, we're still pursuing this high. So if we get a little build up and sideways again, build up, give me a little sideways. We're getting that. There we go. So I would set it right over that high that just peeped over. Wait for the new low to be generated here. One more. This is an interesting one. Yeah, if we get one strong candle off this guy, then I'm in. Seems like we just fall off. Yeah. So I'm going to let the 5 minute fall off, rebuild back ups, and we fall off. Like, way fall off. There we go. Reaccumulate at some point. Still targeting this high. 4 hour high right here. Thinking about it though. Yeah, I do like this. Unfortunately, it seems like we missed our entry somewhere right within here. There you go. There's your entry. I'm going to skip it just because I didn't see it in its hindsight, but chances are we're going to get a re-entry right over this high. Accumulation momentum break 1 on the hourly. I love this, yeah. So we get a 5 minute buildup right under this high. I'm going to be in. Not strong enough of a push. Wait for strong push. Sideways right now. Okay. Just pushing the limits of it. I mean, this is just that sideways. Okay. Fall back down. This is so perfect. Give me a little sideways. And that's your entry. Unfortunately, yeah, red news or whatever that was. So the market just goes. Market don't care. We accumulated. Let it go. Going for momentum break 1. On the 20, we underwent some sort of accumulation, probably even up to here. Accumulation going for momentum break 1 or 1/2. Build up sideways, yeah. And then here's your secondary entry. See if it delivers, and it does. Wonderful. And no, I don't do a whole lot of wickiness on the 5 minute. I don't evaluate that as of my current rules. So we'll have to do a little bit more testing on that behalf. But sorry about that. I got caught up here. Give me like 10 seconds. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do another top down, guys. This is what it's all about. Monthly, just delivering. Weekly, just delivering. Like at this point, we underwent some sort of fractal reaccumulation to continue building up. Daily, nothing to do here. Like, yeah, money proved itself targeting this high. 4 hour. We broke back down, but we're not in distribution by any means, so we're good to follow on the shorts, on the lowers, not shorts. Hourly accumulation going for momentum break 1. On the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation going for momentum break 1. On the 5 minute, we built up and we're going sideways. And beautiful plateau right here. And I'm totally like willing to take the risk here. Gonna wait for the next low to be generated here, which is this guy. Notice how tight my entries are. If I go and look at my ATR, 19 versus 13. So we're almost cutting those by half. Almost. Get fully tapped in, full BE at this point. I'm gonna move this just a little higher. Gonna look to manage 1 to 3. So yeah, 50%. 1 to 3. One more strong candle and I'm updating my low. So somewhere around here. 1 to 3, probably around here. I should have updated it, but let's take whatever this is. And then on the 20, we're just going to manage the remaining amount. Hopefully we gap up. That'd actually be kind of nice. Not really. So I'm just going to trail to this low. This low. Probably here. Probably somewhere around here. Come on, don't take me out. And we get taken out. That's all cool. We're up 30% on the account right now in a month and a half, I want to say. Which is good. Very good. And guess what? Even though generally, if you look at some older back tests, I had a rule where I had to wait for the 4 hour full reaccumulation to prove itself. We had broken down and I'd wait for this break before starting to get involved. No, Now my rules, depending on where we are in the 4 hour, if we're not in full distribution, I'm looking for longs on the lowers. That's it. Even if we have a breakdown, oh no, we had a breakdown. Guess what? That's part of a larger fractal reaccumulation, which is effectively this entire move on a larger time frame. Like if we step up to the daily, perhaps, larger fractal reaccumulation to continue pushing higher. So I'm totally okay stepping down to the 4 hour, the hourly, and still scalping my longs because I know that full on what you might call distribution, break down, break up, break down, break up, break down, or yeah, there's distribution, right? Or even on the lowers, if you jump down to the hourly, this is like a full distribution with redistributions inside of it. Distribution, break down, break back up to break back down, and then we continue pushing. So that's why I like to look at all time frames and all stories that the market's telling me. Okay. So we finally hit that break on the 4 hour. If we step back down, I want to see where we're at here. Break back down. Accumulation on the 4 hour, on the hourly. Momentum 1, 2, likely going for 3. On the 20 at this point, we underwent a lot of breaks up. And honestly, accumulation, momentum 1, probably going for 2 at this point. So on the 5 minute, if we get a nice sideways, I'd consider an entry. Sideways, buy stop in, deliver, please. Okay, break even. I'm going to throw that in the books just so I have it. Yeah, that's clean. Kind of. There's only one candle that really sets the high. Like it'd be between these two candles. Nah. Okay. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, going for 3 on the 20. Wait for it to come back down. Yeah. At this point, I'm not really messing around with the market so much. There we go. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. Going for 4. I want to see this market fall off at this point. Come on. Breakdown. Let me reevaluate to see if my count is correct. Effectively, this is all accumulation. If you want to follow rules specifically, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let this market go without me. Oh, well, my count was correct for the most part. And there you go. Undergoing accumulation at this point. 20 minute accumulation. Probably just missed an entry in here. Or actively missing it. Okay. Accumulation going for momentum break 1. If we look at the hourly, we are undergoing. I mean, this is also a part of accumulation at this point, probably like right here. So in both ways, we're valid, right? Even if you choose to look at this high or this high, it just be pushing it a little bit. Yeah. Give me a little bit of sideways here and I'm in. Market just goes without me. Totally cool with that. Because we started chopping. So accumulation. Honestly, all this is accumulation at this point. And we're done. We are done without taking a single entry, boys. Oh boy, what's this market doing now? So we had our breaks down, then a break up, then a break back down. At this point, this market is chopping. If we would have had 2 breaks up, then that's different. But we low-key failed to deliver on this high, which is giving me more of a bearish sentiment at this point. This is full on distribution. Yep. So at this point, probably wait for the 4 hour to start showing bullishness, which would probably be right around this high. Nope. This high? Nope. And we're just in full bearish. Looking at the monthly, yeah. I don't like this. Probably on the 4 hour wait for money to come back in, which we're actually getting right now. I'm gonna wait for money to come in. I'm not gonna step down lower. And finally, we get some sort of accumulation on the 4 hour. Looking at the, looking at the monthly. Yeah, I do want to see this thing continue further. And we finally just got accumulation on the 4 hour. So jumping down to the hourly, we can start to look for longs at this point. Effectively underwent some sort of accumulation. Then we kind of broke back down. So accumulation, broke back down. Accumulation, momentum break 1. If we sustain this low, going for momentum break 2. Yeah. 20-minute accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for 2, we're sustaining the low. So on the 5-minute, strong bullish push. Give me a little sideways. Tapped in. Break even. Let's take a look here. Just want to make sure we're still valid on the 4 hour accumulation. Hourly, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for momentum break 2. And then on the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for 2. Yeah, this is looking very clean for a long right now. A little more bullishness. Push up. Nope, falls back down. No. I need to see price on the right-hand side of price. Okay. Bullish push. Let's take a look here. Accumulation, momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2. And then on the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, 2, going for 3 potentially. Still sustaining the low. So still valid. It's going to be one of those loosey-goosey entries where there's not going to be a tight range to work with. And honestly, build up, falls back down. I'm going to wait for more build up. Sideways. Maybe. Accumulation, momentum break 1, going for 2. 20-minute. Targeting that high, 5-minute. We build up and we start going sideways. Maybe. See if we get a 1-minute entry somewhere right here. And we just fall off. Nothing to do. And we break all structure to the downside. Looking at this 4 hour accumulated. Still valid on the hourly. So we start rebuilding back up. More within here. I'd totally be cool for a long. Oh, and we do get that. On the 20, we underwent accumulation. I don't know if we got an entry. We didn't. So we just have to wait for this thing to come right back down. Right here. Accumulation, momentum break 1. And then on the 5-minute, strong build up. Give me a little sideways right now. No. I mean, this is an entry, but no. Build up, sideways. No, falls off. Build up. And we deliver. That was on me. And we gap the hell up, boys. And that right there confirms accumulation going for momentum break 1 on the 4 hour. So if we look at the weekly right now, chances are, I don't know, chances are we're still going to be in bearish delivery. And we are. This could be part of the larger distribution. But I don't care. Even monthly. We are in, actually, yeah, this is cool. On the 4 hour accumulation, break back down. So we underwent accumulation on the hourly. I want to see this for momentum break 1, perhaps. Maybe. And then on the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1. Effectively going for 2. I don't know if we had an entry in here. Not quite. This was your only one and it was a BE. Accumulation momentum break 1. Going for a momentum break 2. So this is like, I don't even like this as a momentum break. Technically it's still valid, but okay. And then on the 20-minute, accumulation momentum break 1, 2, 3, going for 4. So if we can break down below these lows, that'd be great. I'm not sure we're actually going to get that though. This market is quite bullish at the moment. Accumulation momentum break 1, 2. Actually, perhaps a long right now. Kind of comes down to how you count your 20s, but yeah, we'll see. We build up and here's an entry. I don't know if we deliver. Okay, break even. Maybe a reset up. Perfect. And we finally get that breakdown I was looking for. What low was it? I believe it was this low. Yeah. Perfect. So that restarts our entire count and we're just looking for accumulation again, which we're starting to get. On the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, go for momentum break 1. So if we push up just slightly, push up, falls back down, starting to push up, doing a little sideways here. Maybe. Let me take a larger look. I think we actually end up breaking down once again. So if we redo our count, accumulation was probably somewhere right around here actually. And then on the 20-minute, accumulation right over this high. Because we broke back down to some extent. Break up. Effectively, this is our target up here, but I'm going to look at the fractals at this point. On the 4-hour, we underwent accumulation momentum break 1, going for 2. So yeah, same target as we had. Hourly, we just flat out broke down, undergoing accumulation at this point. And then on the 20, we're undergoing accumulation. On the 5-minute, we built up, waiting for a sideways. Come on, break back down all the way. And now we're just in bearish delivery again. No entry. See how simple that was? On the 4-hour, what did we have? Accumulation, momentum break 1, then a break back down. What am I doing right now? Well, the market's telling me we want to kind of do this. Like a double break up. That's a lot of money coming into the market. So if we can step down to the hourly and wait for accumulation right around here. We can even step down to the 20 and wait for money to come in. And we fall off. So no. Probably on the 4-hour, we broke right back down again. Breaking all previous structure. Interesting. At this point, I'd seek just a little bit of bullishness out of this hourly. Probably what I ideally want to see is this. We'll see if we get that. Okay. No, we don't. So at this point, we're in full 4-hour distribution. Does that mean I'm going to follow sells? Probably not. Shorting NQ is the equivalent of almost betting on the collapse of the country. Not the collapse, but the detriment per se. So yeah, we're in full bearish delivery. If you want to follow sells here, maybe. I'm not going to do that. Because if we look at the monthly, Because when you actually think about it, if you follow sells here, it's the equivalent of following sells here, and it's like, when do you stop looking, right? Because even at this point, you're still looking for sells. You're still looking for sells, and then it reverses, and it's like, oh, so you're almost kind of trading everything at that point, right? It's going down, you're going to trade that down. It's going up, you're going to trade that up. It's you have to be wise with when you get involved in the market. Okay. So at this point, just let this market die. Let it fall down. I'm just waiting for 4-hour accumulation. And there you have it. 4-hour accumulation. Money came in. That's all I care about. I don't care that we're in full distribution at this point. Look at the monthly. Yeah, this is part of that larger reaccumulation weekly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm back in for longs. On the hourly, we accumulated, we broke back down. So accumulation on the hourly. I'll let this market go. Going for momentum break 1 on the 20. We underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, break back down. Accumulation right over this high. So if we get a nice bullish push right now, and we don't, so I'd probably be looking at something right over this high. Hourly accumulation going for momentum break 1, and then on the 20-minute, yeah, if we can get a nice build up here, build up. Honestly, getting that sideways now, maybe a break even if you would have taken that. Build back up, sideways, get buy stopped in, take a break even. Probably entries I likely wouldn't be taking. Accumulation, and then yeah, build up, and we're just at this point in full delivery, unfortunately. Accumulation moment to break 1, and then yeah, so we get a rebuild back up. Come on, fall down, sideways, maybe. Oh. Accumulation moment to break 1, 20-minute accumulation moment to break 1. Oh, this is a little dodgy. I want to see more sideways, which we're actually getting right now. So I'd set it right over that high. And then perhaps some low like here. We'll see if we get a new low generated, which we do. The beauty of taking really tight entries. Let's take another peek at what's going on in the market. We're in full bearish delivery on the monthly. Or on the lowers per se. Monthly is still bullish. But weekly, I mean, we're just flooding down. I want to see this continue higher. 4-hour accumulated going from momentum break 1 on the hourly, accumulation momentum break 1 on the 20. Accumulation momentum break 1 on the 5-minute. We build up and we start going sideways-ish. Okay, well, that's no entry. Just fall off. Build up, one sideways. Fall off, build up. No sideways, build up, sideways, bingo. Accumulation momentum break 1 on the 20. Let's see where we're at here. Accumulation going for momentum break 1 right over this high. So valid for a long. Chances are we're going to take a beautiful stop out anytime soon. Nothing to do here. Gonna wait for a new low. Actually get right here, wait for the next low. Full BE, probably gonna be a stop out. Yep. Wait for, honestly, sideways. Yeah. Break even. Cool. Not a valid entry regardless. Accumulation going for momentum break 1, going for 2. Give me like 2 sideways candles right here and I'm in. I need to see this come further down, probably like here. There we go. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, going for 3. and then 5 minute build up and a little sideways. Probably break even if you would have taken that. Fall back down and gap up. Well, boys, there's nothing here for us. Let the market do what it wants to do. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, 3. I need to see this thing fall down at this point. There we go. Break this low. Come on, baby. No. Break it. Break this low. I need to see it break this low. Bingo. Notice, a lot of people would be forcing to fall this long. They don't know when a market is quote unquote overextended or too far delivered. And then, as the market collapses, notice I was very patient, not even looking for a trade in here. As the market collapses, guess what I'm doing? Accumulation over this high. Now I'm getting involved. Even better, accumulation somewhere around here. Okay, even right around now. Build up. Give me a nice build up. I want to see it build up something like this. And we fall off. At this point, I'm going to wait for the 20-minute to do whatever it wants to, really. There we go. Accumulation. I don't think we had an entry in here regardless. Sideways. Yep, so we accumulate to some extent. Going for momentum break 1 at this point. Yeah, I can see longs from here if we build back up very cleanly. Go sideways, build up. Nope, build up, sideways. So we have a couple entries here, whether you want to take this one or this one. Probably, I don't know, loss on that one, break even on the other. Sideways, and we fell off. Build up, sideways. There we go. I'm gonna take a look at these higher. Okay. On the weekly, on the monthly, we are in full bearish delivery. Like, you can't deny this. Daily? Yeah, what the hell? Daily, we are in full bearishness. I want to see this high get taken out. But remember, daily is a little far from what we're looking at. So on the 4-hour, accumulation going for momentum break 1. On the hourly, accumulation momentum break 1. And then on the 20, we're undergoing accumulation momentum break 1. So maybe on the 5-minute, yeah, take a loss. I'm totally cool putting my money to work here. Wait for the next low, and that's our low. There you go. Probably take a loss here. I am so okay with that. Bingo. We're actually resetting up. Nope, fall back down. So fail to deliver on this 20. So a new build back up. The market just wasn't ready to deliver. And it'll give you that narrative. Building up, sideways, and get back down. Nothing. At this point, our low is, our protected low per se is down here. So we're probably going to deliver long here. I'm just curious to see what actually happens. Okay. Chances are you didn't get an entry here. That'd be very hard. Maybe one here. Fractal. On the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, up, accumulation right over this high. And then on the 5-minute, did we get any sort of sideways? Build up. I mean, yeah, it just gapped up. And then at this point, accumulation right over this high. On the 5-minute, I'm not sure we got an entry. Push up. Yeah, not an entry. Okay. Yeah, we haven't made a whole lot of money. 100 grand in January, February, March, April. 4 months? Wow. We are actually not doing so well. Not good at all. Accumulation. Momentum break 1. Perhaps another long. There we go. Come on, please break this low. Okay, we're not gonna probably break it. We're gonna continue delivering. Interesting. So we broke up, effectively broke down. So we restart our count. Yeah, that count was getting a little weird, like a range that was so wide. Finally, undergoing accumulation on the hourly. On the 20, some sort of fractal accumulation going for momentum break 1. So 5 minute right now. Build up sideways, get tapped in. I don't know. There's not much here. Give me a little sideways. We are too extended at this point. So this market's likely going to go. Just let it go. Accumulation, momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2, but I don't know. I'm not liking it. There we go. Now I'm liking it. Accumulation, momentum 1, 2, going for 3. On the 5 minute, if we get a strong push up, give me a strong push up. Well, sideways, and we didn't get that. Oh man, I'm skipping or missing a lot of entries like these that just tend to go without stopping for me. So it might be something I want to look into here. Hourly accumulation going for momentum break 1 on the 20. Effectively all this is accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for 2, so on the 5 minute, build up, sideways, fall back down, build up. I don't like how we fell back down, so maybe wait for another build back up. This is perfect. Accumulation moments, break 1, break back down. So now on the 20 minute, we're looking for some sort of fractal reaccumulation, which we get. Hopefully. Yeah, and this market's just going to go without us. I want to see this market back down somewhere around here. There we go. Accumulation momentum break 1 going for momentum break 2. And then on the 20, undergoing accumulation fractally to some extent. Break up, sideways. This doesn't have bad of an entry. It's a little weird. It's a little different. Accumulation momentum break 1, going for 2. And then on the 20 minute, we undergo, what time is it? On the 20 minute, we have accumulation, yeah. 4 hour, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, 2, going for 3 at this point. Monthly, we're probably recovering. Yep, starting that bullishness coming right back in. I'd take 1 loss here. Yep, take my loss, ready? Boom. Saw that one coming. Wait for a rebuild back up. We did kind of baseline here. That's on me. Probably break even. Baseline. Take an entry. Likely a break even. Go sideways right now? Maybe. 20-minute. Effectively, this was our accumulation. I mean, all this is really accumulation, but maybe a momentum break 1. We pushed up, we're going sideways, so somewhere right around here. But nothing good here. We're too far. So at this point, yeah, this market's in full delivery. Beautiful. Yes. Okay. Where you sustained the low. That's surprising. Okay. Lots of buying came in to make sure that didn't happen. So on the 20, we are effectively undergoing accumulation somewhere around here. On the 5-minute, we get a very nice strong push up. Give me a little bit of sideways. Falls down. And on the 20, still nothing. Undergoing accumulation. Somewhere right around these highs. I'm going to take one last very, very good trade. Like a good runner, and then I got to run. But yeah, surprisingly, we held that. And on the 20-minute, yeah. If I get another nice build up right here. Fall down, build up. Falls down. Come on, build back up. Give me a little sideways right here. Perfect. Okay, top down, monthly. Reaccumulation, that's all I care about. Weekly, reaccumulation. Yeah, hourly, or even 4-hour. Full accumulation delivery at this point. And then accumulation, momentum break 1, going for 2. Sustain the low. Once again, I'm baffled at that. 20-minute undergoing accumulation, probably right over this high. And then on the 5-minute, we pushed up and we're going sideways. Gonna look to take a really tight entry here because we have a lot of potential on the upside. There we go. $16 contracts, that's nothing. Get tapped in, full BE. Take a full BE. Probably a minor loss at that point. Missed my entry. I mean, it's probably going to go without me. But yeah, we undergo accumulation. Let this thing go or not. Probably something like that. Five-minute, we pushed up. Not really getting nice sideways. There we go. That's the first nice sideways you get. Falls back down. Probably on the 20, I'm done. Yeah. Gonna wait for a new build up on the 20. Hourly, we're looking at accumulation momentum 1, going for 2. On the 20, we're currently undergoing accumulation. So on the 5-minute, if we get a little sideways right now. Okay. Falls down, and we're done. Because we likely broke down. No! This market, the bullishness, guys. Even though we're down in the shitter right now, this is where everyone's accumulating positions. If we look at the 20-minute, we just underwent accumulation. I don't think there was an entry here for us, but and there you go. Accumulation going for momentum break 1 on the 5-minute. If we push up sideways, okay, I gotta do some serious reevaluation because I've missed like 5 of these trades. Interesting. Okay. And let the thing deliver. Okay. Wait for accumulation, which we're actually undergoing right now. Build up sideways. Long right over this high. I'd probably restart my count right at this high. And realistically, my entry should have been a little lower. That's not fair. Right? Gonna wait for a 20-minute rebuild back up. Oh, my bad. Which we're actually getting right now. For me, like 2 sideways candles. Nope. Build up, sideways. Come on, one more build up. I'm not liking any of this. Well, guys, at least we can't say our analysis was wrong. At this point, we're going to get something like this and then a collapse. I need to see a collapse down below here. I'm not touching. I don't give a fuck. Although, I don't know if this constitutes a collapse, so let's take a look. No. I'm sorry, but like, no. No. Okay. This is a weird market, yo. Break up. Break back down, but not really. This is our target. There we go. That's more of the collapse I was looking for. Okay. Undergoing accumulation right now. I can delete everything else. On the 20-minute, effectively underwent accumulation. Probably no entries here for... Oh, just kidding. What is this guy? Build up? Not really. Give me some sideways right now. Fall back down. Build up. Sideways. I like this. So on the 20, accumulation, go from momentum break 1. Aligns with the hourly accumulation. And then on the 5-minute, we came up, sideways. This is a little iffy because we don't have any more sideways, right? We only had 1 candle that constituted sideways. So like this, maybe 2 candles, but no, this is shit. Come on, we can do way better. Give me sideways. There we go. Now that's proper sideways. Probably a BE. My stop was like right here. I'd be saved. Full BE, yeah. Build up. Give me sideways right now. This is sideways. Low key, this market's doggy. Yeah. Undergo accumulation. Maybe momentum break 1. I'm not sure we got an entry here. Nope, no entry. Oh, man. Okay. Accumulation, momentum break 1. 2, maybe 3. There we go. So effectively we break back down and we undergo accumulation again. But then we're undergoing accumulation right now. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Fuck this market right now. Like, what is going on? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not liking this right now. On the 20-minute, undergoing accumulation. Sideways? Build up? No. No, none of this. There we go. Accumulation, probably an entry. 20-minute accumulation going for momentum break 1. Yeah, like what is this? No. Hourly, undergo accumulation. I don't know what this was all about. Really no entry here for us. Probably just gonna deliver without us. There's one minor chance here, but 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, moment to break 1, going for 2. We get like a really small tight entry in here. Getting that sideways, built up sideways by stop in. And then we deliver. And we do deliver. What a beaut. Build up, sideways, at least 2 candles forming some sort of base. Once again, I'm gonna break this down because this market is shit right now. Fractally fell down, but we built back up on the weekly. I mean, nothing here for us. Daily, yeah, 4 hour. So 4 hour full bullish delivery. That's all I care about. Hourly, we kind of broke back down. We are within, actually, we're just pushing the limits of what I'd consider a valid entry here for the hourly. I wish it would have been in here. This would have been prime entry right here. It's not bad though. On the 20-minute, we undergo accumulation, momentum 1, going for momentum 2. 5-minute, we build back up sideways, baseline. Wait for the next low, probably somewhere around here. One more. There we go. How many contracts? 14. So valid. The reason I care so much about contracts is I have a limit on 35, given the prop, so. Sorry about that. So, yeah, we're just delivering at this point. Fucking A. I can't with this slippage shit. I don't know why it does that. There we go. Spreads do not move percents. I'll tell you that much. No fucking way I missed it again. Sorry about the struggles here, guys. I have no spreads on in this program, but I don't know what's going on. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do probably 50% at. Am I on the 5-minute? I am. It's just super choppy and wiki. 50% here. 50%, probably around here. 50% here. 50% here. 50% here. 50% here. Geez, finally a little runner, huh? Give me a little more strength. 50% here. Taken out at 50. Then the remaining 20, I'm probably going to drag up to this low. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, we're going to get taken out regardless, so might as well do it out in style, you know? Beautiful entry. It was pushing the limits. I really wanted to see my entry in here. So we're up 50% on the account right now. 50, maybe like 52%. Let's go take a look. We're up 50, 55. Not a bad equity curve at all, actually. You'll have your times when you take a lot of trades in a region, and I need to go analyze that a little further. Horrible win rate. Oh, very few trades. I'd be interested to see my other NQ during 2025. Yeah, it's actually very consistent. We're getting the same results. And then we're actually performing way better. Because on this other backtest, we are in May. Where were we? We're 166K in May. And over here, oh, wrong one. And over here, we were in May, what were we up? 71K. Wow. It's not bad. We've doubled our performance. Although, what account size did we start with? That might help. Yeah. Well, actually here I can look at where can I see my starting balance here? $172%. This is leading me to believe we started with 150K, which isn't looking very good for us, guys. Okay, this is annoying me a little bit. How can I do this? Oh yeah. 409, 191.66 minus 259, 191.66. Oh boy, we're off to a horrible start, guys. Because we started with 150K count. And in May we had 70K. So in May we had 37. I'm wondering what changed. I really am. Versus in this one, we are dealing with double the equity and we're up. Actually, yeah, we're doing just slightly better. Because if you were to double the profit of the other one, 140K versus 160. So yeah, we're doing all right. We're pretty in line with my other equity curves. Not bad to make 160K in 5 months. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna take a break here. I gotta go do stuff with some friends and family. Gonna go take care of that. And I'll be back here in a few minutes. And once again, I am so sorry that I'm kind of just jumping around and I take a long time and I break everything down so deeply. This is for myself. And I hope it helps some other person out there. We still got a little ways to go. So yeah, I'm just making sure we have all the data available. All right, I will see you guys here pretty soon. Alrighty guys, I am back. However, I do want to cover something really cool today on the markets. We got a couple really good trades. I ended up taking a 50% right around here and then trailed the remaining amount to, it was on the 20. I think I got stopped out somewhere around here. Yeah, it was right around here for an extra 50%. So whatever I had left. So very good day on the markets. I was looking at EU And this is a very interesting setup, and it reminds me of the price action that we've been having recently here on this backtest. And let me go do a top down for the specific trade that I had caught, or not on EU, the one I didn't catch. And let me show you what I was looking at. So on the monthly, we're undergoing some sort of, in this case, distribution, but more or less accumulation if you flip it, right? This is the monthly, remember. So this is years of data, right? We're chopping. We have a huge push up sideways, and my expectation is to continue higher. So right off the gate, I have a long bias. That's it. Immediately jump down to the 4 hour. And right away on the 4 hour, we had broken down once, right? After multiple breaks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we broke down once. And that's all I cared about, because when we break down once, I'm still willing to continue stepping down lower and looking for longs. And what we have, accumulation right here, going for momentum break 1. I step down to a 20-minute. Within the accumulation of the 20-minute, I don't know why I still have volume on. I never use it anymore. But stepping down, accumulation on the 20, step down to a 5-minute, waited for a strong up thrust. And I had a buy stop right over this high, and then it fell down. But this was still a valid entry. I canceled the order and I walked away, and then I came back to this. And I'm just like, oh man, you know? Same with gold. Gold and silver, same entry, effectively. Actually, no entry here for me. This is too far up for me. So I didn't get anything on there, and that's why I traded silver. Silver was the only clean thing. And then on this guy, I was looking at this, accumulation going for momentum break 1, and then on the 20, we underwent accumulation going for momentum break 1. I stepped down here, wanted to see a pause here, didn't get anything, and it just delivered. That's okay. And on RTY, undergoing accumulation, stepped down to a 20, accumulation momentum break 1. And I think somewhere around here, I stepped down. This was your only pause. I didn't like it one bit. I wish this candle would have gone a little bit more sideways, and then we would have had our push through. And if you go look at my silver trade, this is how I like my entries. Lots of back and forth with a very clear platform. I wouldn't have set up a trade if this candle went up like this. So good thing it built this platform sideways, and then I get entered, because it allows the money time to kind of continue exchanging hands on the lower time frames. Because if I were to step down here on the 1 minute, well, you have another fractal version of accumulation, right? Chop, 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 chop. Strong burst up, and then we continue. So it's the same idea. Versus here, let's go to gold, and let me just take a look here on the 5-minute. Versus here on gold, no, not gold. Which one was it? EU? Which one were we just looking at? RTY? Yeah, so on RTY, we had no pause. Like, even if we look at this and here for our 2 entries, I guess here we did undergo the accumulation. This was still not a valid entry for me. It was this guy right here. Notice it was more of a reaccumulation rather than accumulation. Your entry should have been down here, but we just continued pushing and didn't pause anywhere until we were too far up. And then on this guy, once again, same thing. It didn't really show any sort of accumulation, but rather reaccumulation, in which at that point we're just too far up. I wish we would have had one more candle sideways here. But we'll continue doing more testing on this and seeing what we can identify as good changes to make to our system as time goes on. That being said, we can continue on our backtest. I don't think there's going to be anything else on these markets today. I mean, you had your clean entries, full on delivery at this point. And if you guys remember, I did a analysis on Tesla a long time ago, and I told you guys this thing is about to blow up. Well, these were your entries. I even put them down for you guys. And look, we're up 31%, right? So same analysis goes around, but this was a way higher time frame analysis. So I looked at the weekly, and then daily was our entry. Nothing pushes up, sideways, entry, take off with your low right here. Like, that's just so perfect. And you'd be up maybe on this position like 6R, maybe 8R, with your low right around here. 6R, just about. And then I personally trade a lot lower. So I stepped down to a 20-minute. And if we just want to take a quick glance at this, we had broken down, we were undergoing accumulation, and within this point, step down to the 5 minute, waiting for a really nice push up. I mean, we had multiple, but push up. I didn't really like the way this looked, but this guy, push up, sideways, just over these highs. I could tighten it up a little bit, and then we were off. And then same with what other entry? I think this was a 1 minute entry. I believe so. Where we got our sideways in there. And I've been experimenting. Could have been a little more sideways, yeah. But our analysis is on spot, you know. So we're gonna go ahead, given that it's 12, and we're likely not gonna get any other trades. I'm gonna take one last look at every market. Yeah. We're not gonna get anything until tomorrow. When's this market close? We might actually get something. Looking at the monthly accumulation, 4 hour, we had one breakdown. This would be a harder one, but I'm still willing to follow longs. Accumulation going for momentum break 1. We might actually just have missed our entry. On the 20-minute accumulation, somewhere around here. 5 minute, we went up, came back down sideways, entry here, break even, entry here, and holding at break even. So nothing here for the rest of the day. So I'm just going to go ahead and close my trading view, and we'll go ahead and continue backtesting this guy. Okay. So I'm going to get everything set up here for us. Alrighty. So let's get started on this. Looking at the monthly, just bullish delivery. That's all I care about. Weekly, same thing. Bullish delivery. Really all I care about. If we jump down to the 4 hour right away, bullish delivery. All I care about. Hourly, this is where we're at. Underwent accumulation. That's really it. Going for fractal reaccumulation. Okay. So on the 20-minute, we're just going to wait for accumulation to begin. Looking at this hourly again to see where we are in this phase. If we get a little bit more sideways, so in the time that this builds up and gives us a little sideways, we might get an entry here. Let me go take a peek at the hourly. Hourly accumulation going for momentum break 1. This is perfect. And then on the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, momentum 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Or if you want to look at larger stages, accumulation, momentum 1 and 2, perhaps. Chances are this market wants to come down just a little further. But if we look at the 20-minute, we don't have any major structure to break besides this guy right here if we want to consider this a momentum break. But that to me doesn't constitute too much. It doesn't hold a lot of weight. So accumulation, momentum 1, probably 2 all the way up here, which seems hella extended. I'm going to take one entry. Because we have built up a nice buffer, assuming this is a funded account, we have room to play around with capital now. So what I'll do is just set this guy up and anticipate a loss right out the gate. There you go. But now we're building more of a sideways. Wait for a better build up. Oh, and we just gap up. So analysis, pretty good. However, just not able to capitalize on a move like this. So that being said, we're just going to let this market do whatever it wants to. And we're still valid for long. If we look at the hourly alone and the 20-minute, we'll consider this accumulation. Because we're so far from all these moves and I consider this somewhat of a flush on the 20, then this would be our next move on the 20. So if we can build up right now and build up sideways, not enough for me. I don't like how much bearishness came into this move. Getting sideways now. Hourly, we're accumulation going for momentum break 1, but we're too far extended. So at this point, delete everything and we'll just restart. accumulation momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2. And on the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2 as well. So we have a nice buildup, and we're just chopping around. So I'm going to let this next move go. And there's nothing here for us. So just let the market deliver, and we'll take whatever's next. Same thing that happened in the markets today, right? We missed so many good moves, and that's just part of the game. Okay. Hopefully we have a larger flush down, and we absolutely do. So at this point, we underwent accumulation. And then on the 20-minute accumulation, going for momentum break 1 if we come down further, down to around here. There we go. However, on the hourly, we're too far extended. Chances are this thing might deliver. Here, let me see. Accumulation, momentum break 1, break back down, accumulation. So at this point, I'd just be waiting for something more like this. There we go. And we do get that. So we get our accumulation, and we're going for our momentum break 1. Oh, let me look at the 20. Yep. So this is the high we're targeting, and on the 20, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. So on the 5-minute, we get a nice build up here. Build up, sideways, potential entry. Chances are just another loss. Nothing new around here. It's going to be a very tight entry, so chances are we are going to take a beautiful loss. Full BE. Gonna move to 50% somewhere around here. Take off 50. At 3RR, so that's 1.5 secured. Pays for our last loss, and then just let the rest run. Let me fix this. And we take our 1.5 and take the rest at BE. If we look at hourly again, accumulation, going for momentum break 1, which we have yet to hit. And then on the 20, as well as accumulation, momentum break 1 right over this high. So they line up quite well. Chances are we're going to gap up. So if we can get positioned right around, actually we didn't gap up. Am I on regular? I am. This is the only thing I'm looking at. BE, if you would have taken that. Now, as I explained earlier today, this is the very reason why I missed a trade, is because I didn't take entries like this. I want more sideways, something like this. This is nice sideways. This is just like one candle down followed by 2 up, right? So you don't get that sideways. On the hourly, we have yet to break the high. And on the 20, we have yet to as well. So I'm going to wait for a new rebuild up. Stronger build up. Sideways now. At this point, we are likely just too far extended. But if we fall back down, build up, sideways. Fall back down. Hopefully we gap down. Build up, sideways. Falls back down. There we go. So hopefully we haven't broken it hourly yet. Accumulation go for momentum break 1, which we haven't. And on the 20, we're still targeting this high. So if we get a nice build up again coming around this session, we're at delivery phase right now. So can't do anything. If we fall back down all the way, yep, give me sideways now, and we just deliver. Nothing to do. So we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, momentum break 2. I doubt there's an entry here for us. Actually, let me go take a look. Got a little bit of sideways here. No, not valid. As nice as that looks, it's just not valid for us. So we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, going for 2. Wait for this thing to just deliver. And delete everything and redo our analysis. Effectively accumulation, momentum break 1, 2, maybe 3. Hopefully we break back down. We don't end up breaking back down, but we are resetting up. Targeting this high. And on the 20-minute, undergoing accumulation right at this point. So chances are we may have missed something by playing a little quick here. Probably a break even if you would have traded this. Even if you move it just slightly higher. We'll count it as a break even. However, on the 20, hopefully one more down, and then hourly accumulation, momentum 1, 2, likely going for 3. On the 20 accumulation. So here, if we build up and get a nice entry somewhere around here, I'm totally in for it. Wait for a nice build up. Give me that sideways. Same entry. This is the exact same entry on EU today that I missed. Well, now you see why I don't take them. Now wait for cleaner sideways. Build up. Give me the sideways. Nope. Falls back down. And even right now, it would have been clean, but it fell back down. And we gap down. Cool. Nothing to do at this point. We are done looking at this market, and we undergo accumulation. On the 20, just wait for this thing to collapse. If you want to look at hourly accumulation, I'd say we're still within it. On the 20, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. On the 5 minute, if we get 1 more, 2 more sideways, falls back down. And we are in full distribution at this point on the hourly. So I'm just going to let this market accumulate. There you go. Underwent accumulation on the 20 minute, probably momentum break 1. Gonna wait for a recollapse of this market. I don't trade when we're at all-time highs, on, if that makes sense, yeah. Accumulation, go for momentum break 1. And then on the 20, we had accumulation, go for momentum break 1. So we have a nice build-up and then some sideways. Come on, build up. A little bit of sideways. Well, this would have been your entry, but once again, gap up and contract switching. So probably not really touching anything there. I just need to check on some stuff over here. Okay. So you gotta let this market go. I don't know if there's anything pre-market. Not really. Accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for momentum break 2 if we still hold this low. Hopefully we do, and we do. And we probably just missed our entry. On the 20, we had accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for 2, held. So we're valid for longs all in here. Long, push up, sideways. Let me go take a peek at this guy. Okay. Hourly, what did we have? Accumulation, momentum break 1, going for 2. On the 20, we had accumulation, momentum break 1, going for 2, holding the low, which is this guy. On the 5 minute, we built up, we're sidewaysing. I like how this high aligns with this body. So at this point, I'd set up something like this, and then find a low to set our thing on, our SL. Get tapped in, full BE, right on that candle. I don't know if we're going to deliver or not. Okay, probably take a BE here. Wait for a stronger push up. Yep. Cool. Take a nice little BE here. If you want to look at fractals, accumulation, momentum break 1 on the 20, both of these are actually quite good analysis. So if anything, I'd step down lower and look for a re-entry. Strong push up, and we just fell off. Accumulation, going for momentum break 1 at this point. So if we get another strong push up, this is basing actually quite nicely. It's a little weird. Red news happened a little ago, but nothing. 20 accumulation, 1, 2. Hopefully at this point we just break down below here. There we go. Okay. If we look at a 4 hour, no breaks down quite yet. We're still sustaining our strength here. So at this point, just wait for our hourly to reaccumulate. There you go. You have your first one. Targeting our second high on the 20-minute accumulation, going for momentum break 1. Almost set up here, but not quite. Wait for a stronger push up. This is like your only area, but there's no strength here. It's just like small little candles. Okay. And we fall back down. Nothing set up there. Strong push up. Falls back down. Strong push up. Give me a little sideways. Okay. We're getting something here. If we look at the hourly, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1 target right now. On the 20, accumulation, momentum break 1. Or if we want to look at this fractally, at this point, this isn't a valid entry because chances are we're actually going to retrace a little further down to around here. Let's see. There you go. And now, even lower, accumulation, momentum break 1. It's a weird situation because while it looks like I'm jumping around everywhere and saying like, oh no, I want to look at this and this, it can get quite convoluted. And it's all, unfortunately, experience-based, right? Accumulation, momentum break 1, and then on the 20, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. So at this point, if we push up nicely, and we don't. Oh, we actually do. Strong push up. I don't know if this constitutes an entry here. I need to set more rules for my entry because I'll take a lot of different types of entries, if that makes sense. I don't think this would have been valid, and that's okay. However, now on the 20, we are far extended. Accumulation, momentum break 1. Here, as we come further down, give me a little sideways, baselining, up, sideways, up. Well, once again, entries here. Entry would have been a break even, so I didn't even log that one. Okay. And yeah, we're in just full delivery at this point. Accumulation, momentum break 1. But notice, my analysis is on point 85% of the time or more. I know what the market wants to do. It's, can you get position? Now, if you're a very, very long time trader, you can do something like this. And you're trading a mil per trade. Of course, actually, you could get away with that on the hourly easily. But yeah, so gotta let this market just go. Accumulation, momentum 1, going for 2. Here on the 20, wait for accumulation to start. And then on the 5-minute, wait for a nice build up. Building up, give me that sideways. And when we fall off, sideways, but I don't like the strength that came into here. And there you go. This strength, we had a lot of strength come in, failure to more than half of it, and then just like one small green candle didn't constitute it for me. And that's about it. So another missed trade, guys. That's going to happen. Accumulation, momentum 1, going for 2. Going for 3 at this point. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. And notice, when we're in delivery, let that thing go. It's going to come right back to you. There's no need to chase, no need to do any of that stuff. Accumulation right here. Hopefully there's an entry here for us. I doubt there is, and there isn't. So, gotta let it go. Watch it deliver. Okay? It's gonna go without you. That's part of the game. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. This is what I'm anticipating. Here, I'll show you. Boink, boink, boink. Let's see it. Oh, lovely. So now we have almost a complete reset, actually. Do we? I don't know if this broke the high or not. We did, and we did close above it. So our low got broken right here. At this point, I'd stop looking and wait for a fractal reaccumulation right over this high. Probably no entry here for us, but accumulation, an entry in here would be nice. Chances are we actually did get one. Okay, so I'm going to go back and do a full top down this time, deleting everything so we can start from scratch. Monthly, delivering. Weekly, delivering. Daily, delivering. 4-hour, delivering. Hourly. Remember, we were just here on the 4-hour, right? We were very uncertain, but we just stepped down to the hourly and waited for money to prove itself. Now we missed this entire entry. We didn't catch one good trade in there. Here on the hourly, we underwent accumulation, accumulation, 1, 2, 3, failed at the fourth, actually delivered on the fourth, but broke back down. At this point, we're undergoing accumulation again. On the 20-minute, we are effectively, all this is accumulation at this point. At first, maybe accumulation in the longer run. So if you look at the larger picture, all of this is going to be accumulation, right? But if you want to look at fractals, accumulation, likely going for momentum break one of this high. If you're looking at just this intermediate structure. On the 5-minute, we push up and we go sideways. Now this is a little high because my entry would have been right here, right over these two. So if something goes wrong, we'll just readjust that. Look for our 1 to 3. I might adjust that to more like a 1 to 5 or something. Okay, take off 50. That went a little high, but it's all good. Manage the rest on the 20. Just trailing. And manage the rest to like here. Just give it time. Looking at the hourly, it's just in delivery at this point. So let this thing go if it wants to. Wow. 18R. Whoa, hello there. I'm just gonna manage all the way. At this point, we're up 30R. This is a joke. 31R. Okay, and we get stopped out. Beauty. I didn't even know we delivered that far. I know we moved a little bit, but 30R is definitely something. Okay. So at this point, we underwent hourly accumulation, or more like accumulation, momentum break one up. Hopefully going for momentum break two. I want to see this come down just a little further, somewhere to like here. Oh, or there. That works. And then on the 20-minute, we probably did end up breaking structure. Accumulation 1, 2, break back down, undergoing accumulation. So at this point, if we can get a good entry, waiting for a push up. Okay, I don't know what that was. Probably red news or something. We undergo accumulation to some extent. If we push down just to around here and then rebuild back up, I'm in it. Push ups. Nope, falls back down. And at this point, probably on the 20, we're starting to fail. Still supporting the move. At this point, we are starting to see bullishness come in. Nothing really set up here. Notice how it's just like not even flat or anything. Like this is flat right here. This baseline right here, beauty. This, it's just like, oh, one wick through, one not. So I'll be doing more testing on that as time goes by. And then it just falls off. And then on the hourly, accumulation 1, going for 2 on the 20. All of this is accumulation at this point. So I'd like to see an entry somewhere within here. Trying to push up. Give me that. And we're done. Probably failing on the hourly, which we are. So restart our count, undergoing accumulation on the hourly. On the 20, also undergoing accumulation. If we get an entry like right around now, sideways. I mean, it did build up a really nice flat top. Sorry if you hear my coffee. I'm just enjoying my coffee. 20-minute. Probably bring this down just a little bit. Gonna give it a little more time. Not quite. Okay. So 20-minute, we just flat out accumulated and delivered. Accumulation going for momentum break 1, still with an hourly accumulation. So now, if we build up nicely, give me sideways, falls back down, builds up, falls back down. Actually, this isn't half bad. I do like this a little bit. Build up, sideways. I want to go look at this entry. I did play it a little quick, so that's totally on me, but. Can delete everything. I'll undo a read top down again. So accumulation probably right around here. Or if you want to be a little crazy, you can do accumulation, momentum break 1. Both are valid. I think this is going to be a little cleaner, and this accumulation move is going to be just a little longer. 20-minute underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1, which is just beautiful, guys. On the 5-minute. 20-minute accumulation, going for momentum break 1. On this 5-minute. Strong push up, potential setup over this high, nothing delivered, and then push back down. Several consecutive green candles. And then we get our entry. Spreads ain't that bad. Come on now. There we go. We'll take a L there, so a loss. Look for our 1, 2, 5. Okay, that should have been a nice partial there. It's totally on me. Oh, come on. This thing's gonna drive me crazy. We're just gonna take a market at this point. Let this thing go. We're at BE, and then what was it, like 1 to? We could even drag it up to here if it's within 5. It is 50 at this low because we know it gets taken out, and then just take the rest at BE. Okay. Hourly, really good pushes up. Part of that reaccumulation, 20-minute accumulation, momentum break 1. Hopefully we come down just a little further. There we go. And this is going to be momentum break 3 on the 20. And on the 5-minute, build back up. Sideways. Perhaps. Okay, it's not clean sideways. Wait for another build back up. Like at this point, if you're looking at this candle to enter, that is so not okay because you don't have any base. You have one candle that's formulating that base, really. And there's your entry. But once again, market closure. Well, actually, your entry is right here. Trying to see if we missed any other entries. Okay, we're gonna skip it, just to be fair with everyone. But yeah, that's your entry right there. Market just goes. I do trade pre-market, but it's all good. So on this hourly, this was our accumulation, which we had drawn out. Let it go. Accumulation go for momentum break 1. On the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. So nice build up. Not strong enough. We only have one bullish candle. Camilo sideways. Still not a good base. Now it's a good base. Kind of. We just have that one outlier candle. Sorry, I have to be looking at other work stuff, but all good. Okay, what time is it? Accumulation, momentum break 1, and then on 20, accumulation going for momentum break 1. On the 5-minute, just pushing the limits of this guy. Might actually come right back down. But yeah, I'm looking at that guy. Do we deliver? Okay, we don't. Nope. At this point, I don't like that this is going to be our momentum break 1 on the 20. So let's start looking at fractals within it, which is going to be this guy right here. Why? Well, I almost use my 20. Well, I don't almost. 20 is my validation, which tells me, hey, you're good to start looking for trades now. If my entire region to look for trades is this entire area, well, shit, you're going to be taking every damn trade that there's in there. So on the hourly accumulation momentum break 1, I love this. But on the 20, having our high all the way up here means we can take entries all the way within this region. And I don't like that. So I'm going to almost like remove this guy, consider this a larger flush, this a breakdown of that larger flush. So like accumulation, larger flush of that. And then this is going to be our area for entries. It just restricts me to have a more stable system. One more sideways candle. Okay. I like this. Lots of bullishness behind the move. Only one red, like bad candle per se. And at this point, we're still building our sideways. What low would we pick? Let me go take a look at before this candle. Looks like the one I missed on EU as well. Hourly accumulation on the 20 undergoing fractal accumulation. So crazy to look at because we're like way down in the zone, right? We're all the way down here. But it's what works for me. On the 20 minute, on the 5 minute, we come up, build down, building a nice base. It's a little weird. It's not wiki per se, but this is like almost the base I'm looking at right here, right? It's a little weird. Get tapped in, full BE. No way this delivers. Waiting for our 1 to 3, which is now. Take off 50. Take the rest at BE. Okay. So we underwent 20-minute accumulation right here and undergoing momentum break 1 up to upside. 5 minute, wait for a nice build up. Give me a little sideways. Getting beautiful sideways here. Notice, build up, sideways. We don't like crash down or anything. It's just, it goes flat. The MAs don't slope down, nothing like that. And I love the fact that we had this little stopping here because it's a fractal version of exactly what we're looking at right now on the 5 minute. Is it going to go? Probably not. Oh. However, it's still going sideways, which I have to do more testing on the sideways aspect of things. Right? Hourly accumulation, momentum break 1. On the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation, go for momentum break 1. On the 5 minute, push up. Sideways is going a little long. There's still something here. This is getting a little crazy. So you have 2 options at this point. Yep, get entered and likely deliver, hopefully. Okay, BE regardless. Or just not take anything. Both would have ended out with the same result. On the 20, accumulation momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2, assuming we hold this low. On the 5 minute, and we don't. On the hourly, hopefully we start breaking down. Okay. On the 20, still waiting for accumulation. I'd say accumulation is right above this high, so if we get a nice strong build up and then sideways. Give me sideways. Not quite. One more. Getting something here. This is like what I'm looking at. Do we deliver? BE, if anything. We build up and we start going sideways right over this high. So, and we fall off. However, we did accumulate per se on the 20. I'll even drag this a little further down and undergoing momentum break 1. Wait for a strong build up. Give me a little sideways, which is just so perfect. There's no denying that. There's no wicks that are protruding. It's just beautiful. Hourly accumulation momentum break 1, holding the low. So I'll delete this just to not confuse you. On the 20-minute, notice if I were on the 20-minute using this as accumulation and this as momentum break 1, well, I would have taken probably 100 losses in here, right? I would have taken every single damn strength sideways. This actually would have been a nice trade. Don't know why I didn't take this. Build up, sideways, probably wicked out. Build up, sideways, probably wicked out. But no, if you look at the 20-minute at this point, we are in full-on delivery. There's no entries for us to take here. So that's how you can change your rules a little bit or create your rules to begin with so they follow this general idea of, hey, if we're working with too large of a range, why don't we fractalize it and just look at the inner ranges, okay? So accumulation, momentum break 1. And at this point, what time is it? Getting a little later in the market trading day, but okay, one more low. This is a nice low, but I could go for something tighter, something just like this. At that moment, set up my entry. Probably take a loss. Hourly accumulation momentum break 1. On the 20, we underwent accumulation momentum break 1. Yeah. Yeah, take a loss here. Okay, cool. And then probably done for the day. Actually, we might reset up here. And we're done. At this point on the hourly, still holding the low. So we're still good. On the 20, undergoing accumulation. I doubt there's an entry here for us. Nothing. So wait for it to deliver. And then hopefully right around here, we start getting our entries somewhere around here. Break back down. Perhaps. Further breakdown. There we go. I don't really constitute these breaks. Yeah, you can trade in here. And I notice a lot of times you get beautiful trades. Nothing here, nothing here. So you would have been fine. But I don't consider these breaks because they're so inconsistent with the size of these pullbacks, right? Giant pullback. Like this is nothing, like not even a quarter of it. Versus this one might reach half of it. You know? So I'd like to see stronger strength. Otherwise, you might just be getting wrong data per se. Accumulation momentum break 1. Still pursuing this high right here. I'm actually going to delete this 20-minute right here as well to not get confused. On the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation momentum break 1. So if we get a strong push up sideways, I'm in. Well, notice every single time our analysis has been on point. That's the beauty of trading. That you know what an asset's going to do, but you can't get positioned or you get taken out before you get positioned. Beauty. Okay, accumulation momentum break 1, go for momentum break 2 on the 20. I'm going to open up TradingView here in a little bit to see if there's anything new. Because I believe I'm going to be changing my trading hours to include even later. Because now my BEs happen within a matter of minutes. Or like even one candle. I'm more willing to take risk later in the market, if that makes sense. So we'll take a peek here together here in a few minutes. What happened to my 20? Yeah, so under 20, we underwent accumulation. Momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2 over this high. Now, once again, we're working with a very large range. But as long as we stay somewhere within here, I'm totally cool. Build up, sideways, beauty. And notice these trades are the better trades I take, for some reason, happen at the end of the market. Accumulation, momentum break 1. Momentum break 2, accumulation 1, 2. 5-minute. Here, let me look at the 20 here. 20, if you want to look at fractals, accumulation within this area. On the 5-minute, we have a strong push-up. Very strong push-up, sideways. What am I going to do? Set up this guy and take a loss. That's our low. Get tapped in. Probably a full BE. Take a full BE. Still within this same region. And at this point, we've just fallen off. Accumulation. Hopefully we break this low. Beauty. And it probably broke our hourly as well. And it did. So what am I doing? I'm staying away. So right now, I'm going to take a quick little break. And we'll go ahead and open up TradingView and go take a look at a couple of markets and see what's new. All right, so we're back on TradingView. We're going to keep this very short and see if there's anything here for us. Nothing. We're just in this delivery stage right now, waiting for market to crash back down, which is really cool. Same on gold. Man, these are just beautiful entries. And I got out of them just a little bit early, but that's because this was for an eval account and I managed a lot more aggressively, which is totally normal. And yeah, there's really nothing. These markets are just in full out delivery. This is going to be nice tomorrow. I open and actually, we were just looking at this one, weren't we? Guys, what time was this? No shot. I missed this entry while we were backtesting. That's crazy. Okay, well, there's an entry. Did I miss this? This is a perfect entry. Look at this baseline. 3 highs line up with each other with a low, probably somewhere right around here. Yeah, right there. And you'd be up 4.5 R right now with the total of 5 R. It looks like it's 5.5 R it traversed. So that's beautiful. That is totally on me. I was away from the market and sometimes that's going to happen. So we'll go ahead and close this and we'll just continue here on our back test. I just got to check some stuff here on my phone. Take just a quick second. Give me here just a second. I'm so sorry about the delays. Okay, so sorry about that. We're gonna do a top down because I totally lost where we were on this back test, but yeah, weekly or monthly, fully delivering weekly as well. So hourly, we were crashing down. So effectively just waiting for accumulation right around this point, which we're getting. If anything, you can tighten this up and consider this guy accumulation right. Oh, my bad. Come on. Right here. This is the high I'm looking at of interest. So at this point, if I jump down to 20, accumulating right now, probably missed an entry. Yeah, I mean, guys, what time was this? 12:45. I'm going to take a look at it because it's just so clean. This is certainly something I take. Notice how the base is formed from more than 2 candles, in this case 3. Hourly, accumulating right over this high on the 20-minute. Here, I'll redraw it so it's cleaner. And then on the 20-minute, we're undergoing accumulation right around this point. I'm going to skip it, just to be fair with everyone. It is a little low on the hourly. On the hourly, I want to see it somewhere right around here. So we're going to skip it. Wait for it to deliver. Wait for it to come right back down to us. Accumulation, going for momentum break 1. And now on the hourly, we're going to be within the area, scooped up by the MAs versus down here, we're below MAs and just not doing much. So now I can jump down. 5-minute. Wait for a nice clean buildup. Give me a little sideways. 2 candles. Break even, perhaps. No, it didn't form a base of 2 candles. It was just 1. But this did form a base of 2 candles. And was it valid? We were outside of our 20-minute region. So no, not valid. Hourly, still accumulating on the 20 accumulation momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2. So an setup right here is so perfect. And we just deliver. But once again, analysis was perfectly on spot. Okay. Wait for this thing to just deliver. There we go. Accumulation momentum break 1. And then on the 20, undergoing accumulation right over this high. So 5-minute breakdown and build up somewhere right around here. Build up. Sideways. 3 candles. Break even. Kind of. We'll see. On the 20, we are still accumulating to some extent. If we take a step back up to the hourly, We have accumulation momentum break 1 on the 20. We are effectively undergoing accumulation. I'd consider this high. So we got our nice flat there, but nothing set up. Give me a little more sideways. Falls back down, build up, falls back down, build up. Oh, beautiful sideways. And there's your entry. Now we're going to see, this is just perfection. We're going to see here regular trading hours, which is perfect for us because we do trade just barely pre-market. Okay, that shouldn't have tapped us in right to the pip. Oh, didn't mean to do that either. We'll just move it slightly up so it doesn't pip us in. I'm going to redo an analysis, accumulation. I'm going to do analysis on this guy. Accumulation moments, break 1 on the 20, undergoing accumulation. This is just perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we know we do get tapped in. So I'll just move this up. Ah, spreads again. I can't with spreads, yo. Spreads will never be that big. I can guarantee you that much. I have full BE. I just try to be fair with it, right? No red news on the day. Market open. Gonna move 50% to right around here. %50 to somewhere right around here. Take off 50. Manage on the 20. Oh, I guess that was the 20. So I'm going to trail the remaining amount. If I can get it right to, goodness. There we go. We're going to trail this to right here. Probably expect to get taken out. Barely. And we continue higher. Now on the hourly, I don't think we got hourly accumulation. Actually, momentum break 1. I wish we would have interacted a little bit more with the hourly. So give me a quick second here. Sorry, it's just going to take a couple minutes at worst. Okay, we're all good here. Unfortunately, I'm not liking this hourly. I want to see this hourly come down further. Like 2 more sideways candles. There we go. And we just collapse. Yep, we do break this low. So at this point, just wait for accumulation on the hourly, which we're undergoing right now. And on the 20, underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1. If we get a nice build up here. Got some nice sideways, but nothing really set up. Notice, once again, the sideways, there is none. It was 1 candle, right? So at this point, just wait for it to deliver. Oh, and we actually don't. Okay, still undergoing accumulation here on the hourly. So if we get something nice, hourly fell back down, accumulation. Wait for this to fall down to around here, and then I'm in. There we go. Hourly accumulation 1. Wait for a nice buildup. Wait for a cleaner sideways. Got that sideways, and we're off. Let's see if we deliver, though. Oof, I don't know what. So buy stop would have been right around here. I put my stop just under the pip. So we're going to see if we survive that. Chances are we do. But once again, let me do a retop down from the 4 hour because we know hires are just clean. 4 hour, we had sustain to continue pushing higher. On the hourly, we're undergoing accumulation at this point, right? We had a breakdown and this is our accumulation, right? We're chopping back and forth within this area and it lines up with demand as well. On the 20, we underwent accumulation, going for momentum break 1, still within the region, so good for longs. And then on the 5 minute, we had a strong push up fail, no, sideways or anything. And then here we push up very strong. We go sideways for 3 candles and then we're in. So just pick a low here, which I like this low. Get tapped in. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so that would have come right to the pip. So if you're just like within 1 pip below, or tick, however you measure, or whatever asset you're trading, you would have been fine. Undo 50% here. Survive, but then get taken out. Get taken out at 50. And then on the 20, I'm just going to move this to flat. Oh, we might actually be getting a re-entry. No, no. Not quite. I'd like to see more sideways, which we might actually get. Okay, get taken out. And now we're getting that more sideways on the hourly. Delete everything. Accumulation, go for momentum break 1. There we go. So now we're getting that sideways I was anticipating. Effectively, accumulation right over this high. Build up, going sideways, get tapped in. And we deliver. There's no shot. Like, look at this sideways. We have multiple candles going sideways, but these 2 highs align with themselves. And then I'm just doing the low of that guy. Will stop me out. Okay. Let's go take a peek here. So it looks like we got tapped in, and within the same couple candles got tapped out. Come right back to it. I'll never take more than 2 losses within one area though. Hopefully it would take a BE. BE. There we go. Yeah, I just wanted to be fair with this one. Okay. And drink some coffee. Because this shit can get a little stressful sometimes. Okay. Underwent accumulation. Momentum break 1 got hit. So if anything, a little further down, and then this would be momentum break 2. On the 20, accumulating. On the 5-minute, sideways. This is a weird one. Oh, okay. Build up, sideways. There we go. Let me take another look here. Accumulation, momentum break 1. Held the low, got bought up at that very point. And then came back to the MAs on the 20. 20, ideally right around here would be accumulation. Because we had multiple breaks up. Actually, on the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum 1, 2. Ideally going for 3 right over this high. So I'm totally cool taking a loss here. Move it just slightly higher. Anticipate loss right around now. That's funny. Okay, and we're done. Wait for a fall down, build up. Got that nice sideways there. I don't know if we deliver though. Break even. Yep. Gonna delete everything. Accumulation, momentum break 1, 2. Going for 3 at this point. And on the 20, I'd consider this almost like a larger flush down to an extent, but accumulation 1, 2, 3. Going for 4, which is interesting. Probably gonna fall back down. I want to see it fall very hard, but collapse. It's actually quite interesting. Interesting market condition. Accumulation 1, 2. 3, 4 perhaps. Collapse. Collapse. Come on. Come on. Collapse. There we go. Beauty. And this is accumulation and accumulation and collapse all at the same time within the same candle, right? We break down, right? We had broken up, break down from this low actually. This guy right here, break down, and then we start pushing back up. So probably no entry, but we did fractally reaccumulate and just delivering. Going to be our next target up here on the 20. We are undergoing accumulation. On the 5 minute, we get a nice build up. Just kidding. Hopefully we break down further. That'd be all right. Yep, and we just collapse. Beauty. All right. Well, this is where we're at on the equity curve. I'm gonna have to take a break here in a little bit, but guys, this isn't half bad. 150% so far. It's not the best. I've certainly seen better, but it's definitely something. So we'll continue this. 40% win rate, 150%. This is NQ Gen 25. We were up 150%. Wow, okay. We're actually doing almost just as good as this backtest, but notice how we've simplified the system. Notice how there's a shit ton of losses here. And then we go to this backtest. And there's very minimal trades. Like here we had a small clusterfuck of a lot of trades, but then we've refined our system quite a bit. Yeah, maybe we've given up 20%, 30% of gains so far, but we'll see. We still have 50 days worth of data here, so we'll see how we push it. All right, I'm going to pause here. Alrighty guys, I am back. So we are going to do a complete top down again, just to see where we are in this market. Once again, still delivering on the monthly, on the weekly, just as well on the daily. Daily's starting to break down. I don't care too much about the daily. Daily and 4 hour can actually go kind of hand in hand, and you can get more information as you will. But this is what we're having. We had one breakdown on the 4 hour, whichever way you want to paint it, whether it be this high, we broke down. Okay, so what does that mean? We can still step down and wait for our entries. Wait for a break of this high. And there you go. This is where we start getting involved. Now, ideally, our entries are right here. However, we did just gap up. And actually, if I look at this on the 4 hour, we broke down once. And yeah, if you're trading pre-market the way we do, oh, this is just perfection. I don't even want to look at it. So we can actually go back. Probably even to like, what, 8 in the morning? 7, 8? So I start looking at the market, what is it, 9, 8, 7, 30-ish. Market opens next candle. So if you step down on the 20, we can see if there's a valid entry, and we'll take it. But accumulation, effectively momentum break 1, momentum break 2. And then on the 5 minute, we had a big push up. We started setting up. We failed back down. Big push up. Sideways. Depending on where you put your low on this guy, you might get taken out. So where would you have gotten tapped in? We, for sake of simplicity, we're not going to include it because I said I'm only trading these hours, but you can see there's 2, 3 entries in there that definitely ran. No doubt about it. So I'm just going to let this market run. Accumulation, momentum break 1. What am I doing? Well, on the 4 hour, we're starting to accumulate again. And fractally, we're just there. On the 20 minute, buy stop somewhere within this area, push up, and there's your sideways for the most part. Yeah. Look at how at least 2 highs line up within a span of 3 candles. I'm going to work on my rules a little bit regarding that. But accumulation, momentum break 1. And then on the 20, we're undergoing accumulation. Notice how my entry is like really low. A lot of people would be waiting till this area, and that's completely okay. That's just the way my system works. I can't tell you. Everyone has their own way of doing things, and this is just what works for me. This is a perfect entry. Probably move my SL a little wider, but that's okay. Get taken out. We're still forming a nice basis, but I want to see it recollapse, build back up. Give me sideways right now. We're going to work on these rules. I need to identify how many candles, right? Because here we have 2 candles that line up perfectly. And then we take a BE regardless on all of those entries. So on the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, undergoing momentum break 1, hopefully, assuming we hold this low. And we do. So then we can jump down to the, do we? We can jump down to the 5-minute right here and catch our entries. Chances are nothing's going to set up. But once again, you have 2 candles that pretty much line up very nicely. Take a BE. So I'm noticing a lot of those 2 candle lineups are going to be faced with BEs. So we'll look into this a little deeper as time goes on. But accumulation momentum break 1. Generally, I like to see the 3 candle bases, like I've shown you guys, or even something this long. I'd take something like that perhaps. Okay, wait for another setup. There you go. Now you have a 3 candle base for the most part. I'm gonna once again look into what particularly looks very well. Accumulation momentum break 1 going for 2 within our hourly momentum break 1. Still doesn't line up perfectly, so that's maybe something we might want to look into. And then we get our low. Gonna do this so we get tapped in a little tighter. Then on the 5-minute, we do get tapped in at full position BE. Take an immediate BE. And the market just goes without us. That's going to happen. And you can't hate yourself for it because you followed your system. So accumulation moments break 1, 2. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. Chances are we didn't get another setup here. Nothing. Let the market go. And the hourly at this point is just going to deliver. But I want to see this collapse like very quickly. Like one more push up and then recollapse. Well, that was a little stronger, but it did collapse. Accumulation momentum 1, 2. And then on the 20, undergoing accumulation at this point. So on the 5-minute, if we can push up, 20-minute fell back down. So I'm kind of looking at this high, worst case scenario. Strong push up. We're getting that 3 candle sideways. Still holding it. Okay. Get tapped in. Oh my. No way. Guys, what? Y'all saw that live. Called it before my entry too. Accumulation momentum break 1 going for 2. On the 20, we were looking at these highs starting to accumulate. Whether you choose this high would be a little bit better. We push up very strong and we just start going sideways for a long time. I don't know why I'm drawing the line this way, but this is something I've picked up on that these runners love to do. Just kind of like slowly fall downward while they're accumulating. And this would be my high. It's similar to the entry I took today, actually. Lots of sideways, and then out of nowhere, it just wakes up. And you're just waiting. So our low would probably be this guy. We're going to see, we're probably actually going to get a new low. There you go. Okay, and this is your entry. And as we know, it delivered all the way to the high. Full BE. Nothing to trail, nothing to trail. 50% here, 50% here, 50% here. 50 here. Okay, and we do get taken out at that guy. And I'm going to work a little bit on management wise. I think on a live account, I'm going to be leaving a lot more to run. So instead of taking 50 off right away, here, and I'm going to manage a lot more aggressively, given that we're just so far up. And you guys see how this becomes a joke, like very quickly. Very quickly. You're floating 70K on half of the position you got left. And a total runner of 24R. And guess what? We delivered. Our analysis was correct once again. Accumulation, momentum 1, 2, maybe 3 somewhere within here. It's getting a little messy. So what I would do, accumulation 1, 2, 3, maybe break down, going for accumulation here. But in this case, given the size of these pullbacks, I'd consider this. So 1, 2, 3. And then entry somewhere within here, and the market's just going without you at this point. Maybe accumulation right here, going for momentum break 1 of this high. So we're still actually valid. We push up, we get a little sideways here, probably a break even. Yeah, given this candle is probably going to be a loss. So I'm just going to take it as a loss. Wait for the next low to be generated on this guy. Which this low isn't bad. We know it's going to be a loss regardless. There you go. Take your L. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. 3, yeah. And then 20. Just let this market go. It's going to go without us. And delete our 20s here. Because I want to see... Oh, did I just delete something? I definitely deleted something. Where'd my other MA go? Okay. Did I not have one this entire time? Okay. I probably lost it a while ago and didn't even realize. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. And at this point, my anticipation is just going to be boom, 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 boom. Close enough, right? Our push is up, reattempt to break up, and then just failure. Beautiful. And if anything, I'd like to see this low get broken. Accumulation 1, 2, 3. Targeting this high. Yeah, this is where the market gets a little iffy. And chances are I want to see this thing just fall down. And there you go. I love analysis, guys. It's like a video game, except you get paid a shit ton of money. Okay, so on this 4 hour, we actually just had a breakdown. What am I doing? Well, the same thing I did back here. Step down lower and look for my longs. Wait for money to come in somewhere around here. Falls back down. Wait for money to come in. Money's starting to come in probably somewhere within here. On the 20, we underwent some sort of accumulation, probably right around here, going for momentum break 1. So we step down to the 5 minute, no entry, no entry, no entries. So wait for a rebuild back up, give me sideways, 3 candles. This is the exact same entry I missed on EU this morning, but notice 1, 2, 3 candles line up within minimum of 3. I don't know if we deliver. Okay, break even. I'm gonna take a peek back up 20. Accumulation momentum break 1. And then effectively, if we look at the hourly, yeah, we're starting to accumulate right here. Ready to continue this push upward. On the 20, accumulation 1, going for 2. If we hold this low right here, we're gonna be so golden for 5 minute longs. Oh, we're still holding. Strong push up. Give me like 2, 3 candles sideways. Okay. Not really. There's something there. Starting to do something. Okay, and at this point, probably invalid. Yeah. Still good. Here, let me take a peek at the 4 hour to make sure we're not totally effing off right now. Probably draw it somewhere right around here. And on the 20, we're just waiting to undergo accumulation at this point. So nice strong build up. 3 candles sideways for the most part. Notice we are down in the trenches. Like, who the hell? Like, name one person that you know would be buying this area. I don't know of a single person. So that's why we're different and we are able to pull money out of the market where people are probably selling the shit out of this market. But given the story it's telling us, well, what's this market want to do? It looks crazy to buy all the way down here. Like freaking psychopaths, guys. So we get a strong push up. We come back to the MAs and we get a little bit of sideways. This isn't the most perfect base by any means. And I'm going to just anticipate a massive loss here. But that's all good. Yeah, there you go. You take your loss. And we're still baselining. But no longer strength. Yeah. Right here. Nice base. And if you would have taken that, that's a BE. Analysis is on spot again. Just couldn't get positioned. Gonna happen a lot. Get used to it. And we finally have our hourly breaks up, which we had totally predicted. Wait for this market to... This isn't bad, actually. Accumulation moment to break 1. And then on the 20-minute, undergoing accumulation at this point. So we got a 5-minute sideways right around now, which we're actually getting quite nicely. Right over these highs. Give me one more candle. There we go. I want a little tighter. There we go. And then at this point, after this candle kind of touches and comes back up, or down in this case, I think this would be an okay buying spot. Hourly accumulation moment to break 1. 20-minute undergoing accumulation, getting ready to move this way. On the 5-minute, we are getting a strong build up into sideways with multiple candles lining up for the most part. It's not the cleanest. And that's going to happen. Wait for a new rebuild back up. Get 3 candles. Likely a break even with this guy right here. So we did get our 20-minute accumulation. And at this point, the market's just going to go. Unless we get a nice push down, which we do. Accumulation moment to break 1. A little push up. And then we're going to be looking for longs here. And we just fall off. Beautiful. Undergoing accumulation once again. We look at hourly. Accumulation moment to break 1 on the 20. Accumulation. Not the cleanest price action. I've seen way better, but... yeah, I'm going to have to work on these rules for entries. Push up. Didn't really baseline. If anything, it just kept going. Came back down. 3 candles. Probably break even. And it might be out of our region at this point. Let it go. There we go. So we underwent accumulation. Moment to break 1. Pending. Come on, come back down to the MAs. You know you want to. And we're getting some okay sideways here. Strong push up. Came down to the MAs. And we're just building over some point here. Not a very distinct point. Okay. At this point, you have no cohesive number. Like, I don't like it being wicky. That's going to be a recipe for you to get wicked out very quickly. Accumulation, momentum break 1. Going for momentum break 2. 5 minute, strong push up, going sideways. 3 candles kind of lining up. Something. I don't know if we deliver a BE with maybe a small partial. I don't think so. Not bad. Come on. Okay. Okay. Seems like we are trying to break down here a little bit. Accumulation. Here, let me fix this. Accumulation, going for momentum break 1. And then on the 20, we underwent accumulation, momentum 1, 2, going for 3 actually. So if we get a nice setup here, like a build up, a very strong build up, and then sideways right around now. Oh my goodness. Actually, you might get tapped into this right on the spot. Red News was a candle before. Oh no, this was market open. So Red News had dropped the night before. Yeah. You have your 3 candle sideways come back. Yeah. No denying it. Let me look at the hourly again. Hourly going for this high. 20 minute, we underwent accumulation, momentum 1, 2, going for 3. Sustained both lows, so we're good. And on the 5 minute, we push up very strong, come back down sideways. Buy stop right over this high. Even if you got slipped, that's still a really good entry. Oh. And even better, what we can do to make it just that much more realistic per se. Where's market open? 9:30 is market open. Huh? So I think... What? Okay, this is getting quite confusing. Maybe I should keep it just on one chart and not jump around. But yeah, if you got entered in, this was the night before, so next morning you'd get tapped in, which I didn't. Come on. Okay, I think FX replay is very broken at this point. There we go. Oh, probably spreads. Okay, we're not gonna even take this entry. Just imagine we did. We're gonna see how it plays out. Get tapped in, get tapped out right away. You get the idea though. So that would have been a small partial or a nice break even. Okay, accumulation momentum 1, 2, went for 3 right here. And then on the 5 minute, we did baseline quite nicely, but not really valid because we're exceeding the hourly limit. Delete everything, we underwent accumulation momentum break 1. That's all that matters. Let this thing deliver, fall back down, and we actually break all structure. Alrighty guys, we're gonna continue here. Weekly, just delivering. 4 hour, I think we started to break down to some extent. Break down, still anticipating this break up and no further breaks down. So the only concern I'd have is if we broke probably this low. But at this point, we're still in it for longs. We broke back down, so we're undergoing accumulation right now. It looks a little crazy to be trading in what one would consider sideways price action, but no, I'm looking for longs right here. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour, we did break down. Sign of bearishness. Oh no, but what's it gonna do? Probably something like this, right? Or even better, like a longer term. Boom, 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 boom. If you want to break it down that way. But we only had one breakdown, anticipating the breaks back up on that early undergoing accumulation on the 20 minute. Also undergoing accumulation. So if we get a strong push up, give me some nice sideways. Stronger push up, some nice sideways. Kind of getting that. Let me take a peek here and delete that. Notice we are down in the zone, man. Like the amount of bearishness that came into this market. But what is it? It's selling to be able to buy positions, right? And this is where companies or big hedge funds, banks are accumulating positions. Now, perhaps I'm completely wrong and it's just dumps, but that's what my edge is built upon. 20 accumulating right over this high on the 5 minute. What time is it? It's 9:50 in the morning. We're good for long right here. I'm going to wait for one more low. One more. I need to find a low somewhere within this region and I'd be satisfied. And at this point, we're done. Right? What's the 5 minute doing? Actually, if we sideways somewhere around here, yeah, getting a re-entry right here. We built up, we came back down, didn't really find any sort of grounding here, and then we pushed back up, and now we're starting to find some sort of grounding. Right, so I do something probably right over this high. Now I need to be a lot more strict or consistent with my entries, but finally get a low here. See if it's still valid on the 5 minute. I'd say so, yeah. Generally, these are the trades that end up like just running like crazy if we do get tapped in. Looks like we are going to get tapped in. Tapped out right away. Okay, would have been a loss regardless. We finally get that push up, so our analysis was spot on. Can't blame us for that. On the 20 minute, we did accumulate. I'd say right over this high. It's kind of perfect. Let the market deliver. Seems like we're coming back down for round 2, so this is going to be market delivery, so delivery stage at this point. If we get sideways right now, and we do, so I'd set up a buy right over this high. Chances are we're going to get stopped out, but I am totally cool with that. Wait for our next low, and we just gap down. So our analysis was wrong. That's okay. What's our 4 hour doing? Well, we had a breakdown, and we sustained this breakdown. September. Okay, so we still have 20 days left in our data collection. So at this point, wait for accumulation, right? At this point, why is it? How is it that this guy is buying at the lowest of the low points? Like, why? This is clearly a bearish delivery, right? Breaking down, anticipation to continue breaking down. But no, that's not really how I trade, which is going to freak out a lot of people. But I'm totally cool with that. So give me a couple seconds, just checking up on some other stuff over here. We're all good. Okay, so on the hourly, waiting accumulation, this is my anticipation. And on the 20 minute, we underwent accumulation to some extent. Wait for a retracement, momentum break up. And at this point, I'm going to wait for a strong push. Give me sideways. This is enough sideways for me. I do it right over this high to prevent any sort of weird wicks, and chances are I'm going to take yet another loss. What's new, right? Give me this loss. Get tapped in, full BE. Gonna look to manage at 1 to 3. Holy. Gonna do 50% here. Okay, take off 50. And then manage the rest on the 20. Move this guy all the way up. And the rest I'm actually going to manage to this guy right here. To here. To here. And we get taken out. Guys, how is it that in a quote-unquote very bearish delivery, break down, how is it that I quote-unquote pinpoint the bottom or whatever you might want to call it? You know, kind of crazy. So we're doing quite well on this back test. Give me a couple seconds. I just have to be checking out other work stuff. I got a lot going on. So far, so good. Okay. Four hour, we're gonna say we survived that. and then just destroy everything here and restart. Accumulation momentum break 1. And then on the 20-minute, undergoing accumulation right above this high. So if we get a strong push up and then sideways, that was sideways. Didn't really constitute any buying for me, unfortunately. Still undergoing accumulation though. If anything, I'd move this just slightly up. Fell back down, nothing to do. Notice we're not taking entries. We're not forcing stuff. Accumulation over this high. Okay. On the 5-minute, if we get a strong push up and then sideways, I mean, here we kind of had a little bit. Avoid it. Okay. 20-minute, we did undergo accumulation. So this market's just going to go without us. Accumulation momentum break 1 on the hourly. We underwent accumulation momentum break 1. Yeah. So if we get another build up, give me sideways. Come on. Okay. Kind of 2 candles, 3 candles, and they're pretty cohesive. They're all telling the same general story. If it's gonna go, it's gonna go. So I'm just gonna put it really tight. Full BE. Okay. And at this point, just let the market go. Accumulation momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2, and then on the 20, we are currently undergoing accumulation. So if we get a strong push up with a little sideways, notice 2 candles here didn't constitute any sort of buying. 3 candles here might constitute some buying. Accumulation momentum break 1, going for 2, and I'm still working on these rules, right? So it's not going to be super strict. Here, if we look at 20-minute though, if we want to look at accumulation, momentum 1, maybe 2, going for 3, with like a low all the way down here. I don't know. It gets very convoluted in that sense. So what do? I consider this the larger flush, and then I consider this the fractal buildups. So you have to be super. It's just experience based at this point. There's no right answer, you know? So I'm just going to roll with whatever's given to me and not force, but make it work, if that makes sense. Forcing is a different kind of thing, you know? Okay. We're probably going to get a new low here, which we do. At this point, done looking at this entry, we just kind of fell off. Wait for a stronger buildup. Getting sideways, but not one more candle sideways. No, fell back down. Build up, sideways. Almost 3 candles. This one's a little shy. But now we push up, we came back down. Nah. There we go. That's our 3 candles. Kind of. Let me take a step higher. Accumulation 1, 2, going for 20. Effectively underwent accumulation, if you will. No entry here for us. So just gonna have to let this guy go. Gaps up, totally cool with us. Yeah, so accumulation momentum break 1 perhaps. Wait for a crash back down, see if we get it. Perfect. Accumulation momentum break 1, going for 2. And then on the 5-minute, if we get sideways, like 3 candles sideways now. Fall down, rebuild back up. Kind of weak. Strong. We have 3 candles. Accumulation momentum 1, 2. If we look at 20, accumulation momentum 1, 2. Once again, you can look at fractals. What are we doing? Fractally accumulating on the 20 within our boundaries. So you kind of have to like really be on edge about what zones you look at, because if I was using this as my 20-minute momentum break 1, 2, 3, well, any trade within here on a 5-minute is valid, and I don't like that because that means this one's valid and this one's valid. So I like to set my zones, and that way I'm only trading within regions that I've tested and know will make me money. And that's how I make my rules. So on the 20-minute, we underwent accumulation, momentum break 1, going for momentum break 2. Fractally, accumulation. 5-minute, we push up and we're going sideways. kind of forming a nice space, but they don't all align perfectly, and you can't expect it to all the time. Gonna wait for a new low, nothing happens, and we don't even take it. Wait for a new build back up with immense strength. One more candle would have been nice here, but here we're baselining. And this just shows 20 accumulation, 1, 2. And this shows, like I explained earlier in the video, fractal version of accumulation, right? Falls back down, starts building up, supporting zones, and then we're in. I wonder if it delivers though. Okay, it doesn't deliver. That's cool. Okay, so now, once again, back at it. No entry there for us. Wait for a real strong push up. Getting some sideways here. Fractally, accumulation, we broke back down. Undergoing accumulation at this point, I'd say it's a little late. Still not bad though. Chances are it's going to do something like this, and then one big giant candle down, back to this area, and then reset up. Technically, we're still within accumulation though. And if we look at the higher 20, accumulation momentum 1 going for 2. But here, let's see here. On the 5 minute. I want to see what the 1 minute looked like. Yeah, this is not it, because we already pushed out of this region. So at this point, just wait for it to come back down. Maybe a re-entry here. Sideways. We're getting something here. Let me look at the hourly. Accumulation 1, 2. On the 20. Accumulation momentum 1. Going for 2 as our target. And fractally accumulation. Going for momentum break 1. Dang, that's kind of crazy to look at. Because we're working with multiple different areas or models within the same time frame, which it's just different ranges per se, size ranges. So yeah, I think this is an okay entry, and I'd be willing to pump money down on it. Grab something like this, look for a tighter entry. Oh, we just fall off, which is good. I don't know if it's still valid. Once again, this looks exactly like the EU trade I didn't take today. Why? Because we fell back down instead of sustaining the sideways. I want to see how it plays out, because this is something I would have taken back in the day. Okay. And I noticed quite a few of these, it's either hit or miss, right? There's no correct answer here. I'm not really liking these zones anymore. Lack of delivery. So at this point, I'm just going to base it off the 5 minute. Strong buildup. And analysis was so correct, but we couldn't capitalize on the move. It's going to happen a lot more often than you want it to. Accumulation 1, 2. Can wait for it to crash back down. Accumulation, momentum 1, 2. On the 20 minute, wait for accumulation, which is probably undergoing right now. We look at the 5 minute, a build up right into this area, and I'm in. Falls back down, nothing to do. No money is on the line, so we're good. Okay, start undergoing accumulation, probably right within this region. If we fall back down and give me some real nice sideways. There's your 3 candles that go sideways. It's just a bummer. That's just how the market works. So we underwent accumulation. Gonna wait for price to do exactly this, which it's gonna do. 3, 2, 1. Kind of. Okay, no re-entry for us. Let the market deliver. Accumulation 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And at this point, this is what I'm anticipating. It's either gonna blow up to hell, like all the way up here, or we're gonna get. Here, I'm gonna start trying to predict these, see how good I am. I wouldn't consider this a pullback by any means, so probably a good push up, pull back, boom. Maybe something like that. Push up. Okay. So that's leading me to believe maybe my analysis was slightly off. Accumulation 1, 2. Three. Okay. And this is one of the times we're very wrong. Oh, and we're done with our back test. So I need to evaluate why I was wrong here. Like your only entry would have been here. I'm curious if there is an entry here for us. Strong push up, no sideways. Not really. And then here, no entry, no entry. Okay. Luckily, it didn't change our edge. There was no entry here for us regardless. But yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen a extended delivery this far. Usually you get a nicer pullback. If this one would have come to here, this pullback per se, to break some structure, or even this one to here to break some structure, or yeah, then I would have been okay, but something about this just didn't seem right. So here you go, guys. Let me make sure I'm done with this back test. September 22nd. I mean, let me see if I can go add more data to this real quick. Give it a second, because it has been a couple days since I started this back test. Yeah, we can get 2 extra days. So this way I can 3 extra days actually. Just I want to see how it plays out. I'm very interested. Generally, we had accumulation, momentum 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, so I had drawn it very wrong, man. Then this is where I don't know how I got like 4 zones earlier, like down here. Accumulation 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is what I'm anticipating now. Okay, maybe I have to refresh to get all this data in. Okay, it does not like me. Maybe on the 5-minute. What? Supposed to have data till the 23rd or something. So sorry about that. I do want to get this figured out though. Data range till the 21st. Save changes. Okay. Refresh here maybe. There we go. Okay. Go up to the hourly and I want to see this thing collapse. Wow, it's not wanting to play. That sucks. Here, let's go to Trading View and we can look at the most recent data here. Let's go see how our EU play. Oh my goodness, yo. 17R. And keep in mind, all these are published in the community and I show them live. Oh my. Guys, I trade every day live. So come join the Discord. It's all for free. I just post my trades in there. But it was NQ. And it was hourly. And we were on the 19th. Yeah, so our analysis was correct. I think at this point, yeah, let me put them right next to each other. See if we can get anything here. Oh, and I had even drawn it on this chart too. Isn't that funny? Now I need to figure out exactly what point we're looking at. So this is going to be September 19th. September 19th. Yeah. So this is this candle right here. These couple candles. And that's so funny. We have the exact same analysis. It's interesting why I have these zones drawn in though. Something's not adding up here. NQ on that hourly. Okay, there we go. This is a lot cleaner. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. I believe that's why I had this arrow drawn here. Because if we look at, oh my bad, electronic trading hours, then it's going to be a completely different story. Accumulation momentum 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I believe that's why I had this here. I wanted to see a larger flush down. Let's go see how our Tesla position is doing. It's funny, I have all these trades posted for you guys in prior backtests. So if you want to go see me do the analysis on this asset, I don't remember specifically which video, but there's hidden gems in every video that I record. I promise it's worth going and checking out. Ever since our analysis, which was ideally from right here, we've gone a total of 32% up. And that's if you're trading the traditional way, just buying stocks and holding. But we don't do that. We do leverage. So for example, right here, for every dollar you would have put in, you would have gotten out $60. Think about that. In what world, if you put in $1,000 worth of risk, you'd have $60,000. But also consider risk management and, you know, so you'd be closer to maybe 45,000 to 50,000. Okay. We're going to go ahead and close this guy because I want to go look at the equity curve on our awesome backtest. We'll just go back here. And here you have it. I'm going to open up another window, put them side by side because I want to show you guys something. NQ Jan 25 and NQ Jan 25 to August. So this is an old version. This is a backtest I did a while ago. And this is the new version. Y'all see the improvement? Just being patient. Look at how your returns differentiate. Look, in April, I even lost some. In May, I lost some. I don't know how I got 13% here. But I guess this extra month accounted for an extra 26%. So if we do, what was it here? 206 minus the 26 on September, it'd probably match out to be just about even. But notice, 89 trades, 44 trades, reduced win rate, but less trades. And if anything, I'll do like 0.5%. Wow. Unbelievable. 14 break evens, 53 break evens. Crazy, right? Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to get this video posted out for you guys because these are some incredible results, right? I love doing my backtest and trading live with you guys every day. So if you're not already part of the Discord, join in. And even if you don't chat or anything, just take a peek at the trades I take when I'm calling them out live so you can follow through with what I'm looking at. And you kind of get to build a little bit of history with us because as you look at price action, you kind of build a recollection of, oh, I remember when he called that out. And then down the road, you'll look at it and be like, oh, I remember there was some similar trade, you know? So I'm going to get this posted for all y'all. All right, peace out.